episode 122. 122. It's me and you. 122. Two wee guys, pals for life, talking about things in strife. Doobie-dee-bee, ba-da-ba-ba, the hashtag show, beep, episode 122 for the council scumbag. Come on in, brethren, the door is open. You are welcome. Uncup your ears, unblock your eyes. This episode is for everyone.
Even if you're a Jew, it's episode 122. Council scumbag or not, come in. We've got the lot. Yeah.
Sex, colour or creed, all is welcome at the font, the fountain, the what's the thing the guy stands on? Does the whole please
platform.
Turn to page. Aye, but it's got a name.
Oh, the podium.
It's got a name.
Oh, aye.
Is it the Pontiff? Is that what it's called?
Pontiff, cometh.
Yeah, I'm a good proddy, mate. I don't know all the technical jargon. That I mean.
Well, listen. To the scumbags out there, I hope you had a lovely Easter, because we were celebrating that with the heroes.
Hey,
Easter is past. Whatever you believe in, we hope you I don't know, loads of chocolates and maybe eat a hole.
I make the mistake of going on the hashtag Patreon to do some technical things like upload an episode, put the links to the videos, keep the heroes ticking over. And occasionally I will come across the notification tab and it'll say like 15
notifications.
15 notifications. I'll be like, what the hell was going on here, man? And then I'll see that Mallorca Lee sneaked in a wee question for the heroes in there. Mm-hmm. You had put out a previous call for a request for heroes to put out a shout out for council scumbags to come over. And let me tell you, I've got a couple of great audio clips to play for you.
I basically just asked for some kind, like a nudging, if you will, a cajoling,
encouragement to walk from the darkness into the light.
Yeah, as Jesus done, Scott.
As Jesus, and I've got some belters for you, so we'll play them later on. Am I interrupting your fucking packed lunch here, son?
I thought it splashed into a camel log for my breakfast.
Unbelievable.
Hey.
I've got a quick question for you.
Yep.
Obviously, the council scumbags and heroes know Mallorca Lee, Scotland's fourth richest man. I'm concerned that.
See, that's bullshit you started.
I know.
Actually saying I'm a millionaire.
I know, I love it. Do you know what I love as well? See, I know how much it annoys you. Because I can see your wee face. Your wee face gets so angry. But here's my question.
How much you fucking lost this year.
Here's my question for you. Are you so bored during lockdown, and because you can't go and spend the millions, you've bought Michael Kilkey's face?
Is that expensive plastic something?
I'm worried that Kilkey's walking about with just like a fucking pixelated coupon now.
Aye, with me
what's going on here?
A face swap.
What I'm thinking is that once lockdown opens up, because you're going to be in such high demand that you can't be in two places at one time, so I think you're going to send Kilkey with an ultrasonic t-shirt and a beanie just to jump about pretending to be you.
Or Michael will do twice as many gigs because well, just one of them will be shite, it'll be me.
I was going to say we've had past experience of fuckers pretending they're ultrasonic in the past, so that probably would have been the past people with dirty bastards.
Well, let me see. He's fucking learned a lesson then. Learned a lesson again.
They learned the hard way.
But, to simply answer your question, I am not anywhere near a millionaire. I would fucking love to be, especially during this crisis. And B, I don't have any gigs or anything to go for. And as much as the growthage is annoying everybody in my house, I just fucking grow it and then shave it and then I grow it back again.
I think it looks good. I think you look good. I like the hair. For once in a long time, your hair's got a bit, shall I say, volume and body to it. It's looking good. You've embraced the silver, and you need to just do that. There's no point in trying to fight it. You've got the Rolf Harris beard on the go. I like that. It's controversial.
Can you guess what it is yet?
I'm worried what your next range of paintings is going to be if that's the fucking beard that you've got on the go.
Just wee tight arseholes with a finger in it.
That
kangaroo down, boy, put your hand in my sweet style.
Two little
come back to
boys
the
jumping
Euro-
on me cock.
Yeah, we come back to the Euro poop artist.
Two little boys jumping on me cock.
Remember when he painted a picture of the Queen?
Fucking right.
Remember when Rolf Harris was like fucking
She was cool, but
a
she's still a
national
lot of wee
treasure?
boy.
Aye, but
I used
even
to do it. Pet Rescue, you'd have loved that. Did you ever see
mate,
that?
I loved that. When he used to go in and like he'd like a wee hamster or something like that. Or, they were the old days, but they never. The reason why pet.
Look at this little tiger. Sadly, he's got cancer. He's going to die in 5 minutes.
But you never saw any horror.
I'm
It's
just
not
him
like-
greeting.
It's not like Attenborough now. I think Attenborough's fucking losing the plot, man. Everything he does is just like animals falling off cliffs or cunts getting. It's just horrendous, man.
Because he's coming to the end of his life and he's just want to show how vulnerable life is.
Did you
what
watch
gets me with Attenborough is his memories. Well, he's reading off a script because guarantee the age is if you went, all right, Davey, what's happening? It just doesn't know what to say. Imagine getting mad with a fucking big Axel. Big
Mate.
D-bomb.
Big afros and Efron Musket
Yeah.
sitting in the corner.
Yeah, David.
Do you know the African grey is the oldest? Are you on something, mate?
David, you've been eating cow dung.
Maybe Attenborough would like speed up if he's not. Maybe he'd just be pure fucking big talking away in the corner, absolutely blazing, man.
Yeah, I've been to Borneo, by the way, man. I've smoked weed in the gun in the fucking Congo, mate. I fucking lay about the forest with gorillas and get mad with it. These cunts are none to me, man. None. Davey, have you licked a toad? Have you licked a toad, Davey? What's it like? You right with your tits of it? Yeah, I'll tell you what, boys, get around, right? See, once me and the Queen, man, mad on toad, out of nut, man, fucking put a saddle on a road all the way around Buckingham Palace, boys. Man. Then we get Rolf in to fucking paint it, but we can't show you the paintings, man. It's like all Scuddy films, but
No, like-
the ones you keep.
No, people say like if you had like when Hitler was an artist, if you had like an original Hitler, think how much money that would be worth. Can you imagine like if you had a Rolf Harris painting? I bet you that's worth a fortune.
No, I think because that was a thing, wasn't it? But I think I think it's almost like taboo to have it now. You know, like
I bet that, mate, there'll be people who have it like
want to collect it.
hidden away somewhere. Aye, totally. It's the same with like what's his name? So we watched that Louis Theroux documentary about the Tiger King, right, which was rubbish. But
I watched it as well. It wasn't very good.
But in the documentary, it's like saying that he's replied to like something ridiculous, like over 20,000 letters or something like that. And I'm going, see if you had a letter for the Tiger King, stick that in a drawer somewhere. It'll be worth money at some point. Maybe not a lot of money, but somebody will pay money for it.
I thought you were going to say it's impossible to have done that, but when you think about it, he's just in a jail getting bummed, and in between that and his dinner, he's writing.
What else you got to do in the jail? Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's it.
Hooey!
Another 20,000 fan mails?
I need to try and find this. You know, on Instagram you get reels, so it's like TikTok videos, right? Mate, I came across one the other day, and I can't find it. I don't know the guy's name. I need to find it to send it to you, man. You will absolutely love it. So he's like a mad hillbilly, right? And his thing is, after every single video, he goes, hee hee. That's what he says, right? After every video. So some guy is showing you like a video at the start, and he's kind of cut it a duet, right, with this other video. So the guy is showing you like this amazing sports car, and he's like, you ain't a baller unless you've got a supercar. And then it cuts to the mad hillbilly, and he's like, you ain't a baller unless you got a midget. And his wife walks in, and his wife's a midget, and he tickles her chin, and he goes, hee hee. And then so I went on their page, and it's just hundreds of videos with him with his midget wife. And mate, it's absolutely. I wish I knew the guy's name. It's amazing.
He should have a TV show right off the bat, shouldn't he?
Well, I think he obviously does. I think because he's got merch with that on a t-shirt. But it's just that. I've often thought I'm glad that I'm from the West and I've got the accent that I've got. But if I could have any other accent, I'd want that kind of that deep South. That hey boy, hey. I'd want that. It's just everything just sounds funny.
You
ain't a ball, you gotta say, hey, I got a midget.
Tickling her chin. That's fucking genius.
Because she comes in pure raging as if like, why you talking about me? And then he tickles her chin. She's like, Just back to love and life
every time in that
Oh man.
Hey Caroline, I fucked your sister. Why you tickle? Oh, God damn it.
we've since we last spoke, fucking the old Phillips died.
I've seen that.
I don't know if that is part of the
hashtag. It was all over the radio, wasn't
it? I did find it quite funny that the missus was listening to that Kiss or Kiss FM, and then the news came on that he was dead, and then it went from playing like hard bangers to just playing really like soulful R&B and like piano string music. And I'm going, what is going on, man? It's mad how like everybody just kicks into everything, just kicks into like motion. Like this is all pre-prepared. Do you know what I mean?
Well, apparently the BBC, however the Complaints Commission's worked, now they've done this sort of blanket coverage right across all their channels.
Record complaints.
They stopped that because of fucking record complaints. Folk going, right, enough already. Because I thought they were just going to do it across the radio stations for like half an hour as a wee kind of memorandum or whatever it was, whatever you cry them.
I mean, the thing is, like, I think people...
They try to make a big deal about it. It's not as if the King's dead, is it?
I mean, it's a big deal. It's the Queen's husband. It's
a shame. It's a shame. Someone, an elderly man's died. He apparently has done a lot for the country, more than I will understand. But the one that kind of resonated with me is what is it, the Duke of Edinburgh Award? Because I remember I'd done some shit like that at the school and I enjoyed it. Yeah. And I didn't know that he, even though he's the Duke of Edinburgh, I didn't know it had anything to do with him. Because I'm a mad Catholic, man. They're like, fuck the royals, man. You know what I mean? less money we're paying it. You know what I mean?
I think it's a hard one because we almost. I'm not a royalist, right? I really don't. I'm not really bothered by them at all. I think they're probably a good thing because they probably bring a fair bit of tourism in, especially with their connection to Scotland and the Highlands. They probably bring a lot. So we maybe don't see it. In fact, we don't see it in the Central Belt. I'll see it a bit more in Edinburgh because we've got the Palace of Holyrood. We've got the Palace of Holyrood here, so it's a huge tourist. It's a Holyrood. But do you know what it is, mate? It's like, see if this had happened 100 years ago, like when a royal died, it would have been a massive thing. So obviously, the world's completely different now, but it is a big event in the sense that the Queen's husband has died. So it's a big event now. But at the same time, see everybody who wrote in to complain to the BBC.
Listen, Cal Cox was doing a rave set on a Sunday in Radio 1, never fucking done it. I was gutted.
Well, I mean, things like that are a bit mad, right? But like the BBC, as much as I hate the BBC, I think it's absolute fucking garbage. That's what they're there for. They are the British Broadcasting Corporation. If a royal dies, that's their thing. Do you know what I mean? So just see if you don't like it. Like we watched it for like half an hour and went, right, fuck this. Turn the fucking channel. Watch something else. It's the fact that
if you like BBC too, hey, and you can't fucking listen to Jeremy Vine, that, hey, you're just this cunt's fucking everywhere, eh?
Hey, listen to HashTag Show, mate. Listen to HashTag Show.
Well, that's it. But you know what? I didn't really know much about the royal family. I'll be honest with you, and sheepishly and foolishly,
come on now.
I've got all my opinions based on The Crown that I watched. So that's as much investigating I've got into the Royals.
If your opinion on the Royals is based on The Crown, then you should not hold an opinion whatsoever. You know far more about the Royals than us. You know that when you buy your shares in Rangers, you get that presentation pack sent, and Lizzie gives you a phone call to talk. I've
been mad with Lizzie and Fall a good few times in the lodge, you know.
Tell you the worrying thing about all this is what's going to happen when the Queen dies, because mate, the whole world's going to shut down.
Shut down. Well, maybe this is what the fucking lockdown is. Maybe she is dead.
No, she's not dead, man. But it's not going to be far away. I don't think. In a couple of years, and then
Lizzie will go. Going, I have to go and join him. Off you pop.
I mean, I think obviously some of the stuff that's come out that Philip has said in the past, right, is for many like
brushed that all his racist comments out a bit. I don't know.
But, I mean, he's a fucking old guy, man. Like some of the shit my grandpa used to say would fucking shock the hell out of you.
But here's what's mad about Philip, right? Obviously, I'm just taking this for like radio shows when I'm driving the motor and that. That so he's get smuggled out of Greece into the UK for protection, right? In an arms crate or something like that, right? That's genuine, right? Like
Genuine, mate. Pure
It's
genuine.
pure genuine, gen up, man, right?
Mate, that was in the Crown, so that's going to be real.
Well, listen, like, this is mad and all right. So he's like signed up to fight all the Germans, right? Because he's fucking raging with them, right? But all his family are Germans. They were actually high up in the fucking Nazi regime, no?
But they were all killed.
Be Philip. He killed him with a fucking machete. He went rogue, and he was like, "I'll take every last one he cuts down, especially on my family, just to show you that I'm one of yous now. No, I'm like fucking right rolled up, and then I'm going to fly home. I'm going to pump Lizzie, and then I'm just going to walk 2 paces behind her everywhere I go because I like her arse. No." She's a crack behind it.
People forget that the Queen's family are German roots.
People forget the fucking the actual Lizzie and fucking Philip were actually related.
I know, but then that's what they want with the royals. Keep them all together. They'll see this whole thing about people going it's very progressive, the fact that Harry and Meghan together and William's got Kate. No. Keep all those fucking inbred cunts together. Don't allow them to get normal humans into that fucking world.
So, if the Queen dies, right, again, it's just the passing of anybody's a sad thing. The Queen dies, there's going to be like everybody's going to be affected in one way or another. Even like your staunch fuck the Queens, they're going to go fucking hell, man. But here's the mad thing: is Charles next in line?
Charlie boy, aye.
I think that's a bit fucking mad. I think he's a bit fucking I used to like Charles, but then I watched The Crown, right? And I was like, something about him, man. There's something about him. He's like fucking, I tell you what, man. See, if I was fucking wee Harry or like, and William, I wouldn't be driving about through tunnels or that, you know what
I mean? He's next. I think when the Queen goes, I've said this before, when the Queen goes, I think they should all go. I think just disband a lot of it. Yeah,
okay, tatty bye.
I think just once the Queen's dead and they're all at the big event, change all the locks and then go, right, that's yours, you're on your own. All your hooses are gone, everything's gone, fuck off, beat it. Go and do an Amazon deal or Netflix deal that Harry did.
She's the biggest landowner in the actual entire world. The Queen.
World.
She's a landowner.
She owns all the swans as well, mate.
Well, it's only, that's what I thought, right? I thought it was like, see, when I was up kicking the swans up the park, right? This kind of fucking big badger was like, see, making, well, was you the Queen's birds? And I was like, stab, fuck them, man, right? Shat myself, thought I was going to go down, right? And then I was like, I watched The Crown. It's only the swans in English he owns, mate.
No, mate. See if you ever see a swan, that's the Queen's swan, right? Because I was up Rookin Glen Country Park, right? And this swan spear kicking about, getting all that. Fuck you. Mate. Yeah, Rangers, mate, he had a fucking like a 20 Rigo and a George Albert strip on. I was like,
fucking
on here, man.
He had a bear gouse and a peachy a fucking baseball hat, man.
He'd spray painted his feet red, white, and blue, man. I was like, no way, what's going on with this fucking swan, man? Queen, she owns all the swans, mate. You're not even allowed to look at them.
Well, I stand corrected, big man. I stand corrected, but let me finish what I was getting at. See when like two swans are like swimming together and it looks like two fucking laugh-arts. You ever seen that, man?
Well, it looks like one laugh-art, but I know what you mean.
Aye, well, one laugh-art. I tell you, it's good, right? See if one of them just fucking pops the another one, man. Game over, my man. Game over.
Big Philip, R.I.P., my man. He's gone. It's going to be mental when Lizzie goes, mostly because that's just what I've like all of our lifetime. That she's been our queen. Like we've not had any other royals in our whole life.
And she didn't even want to be the queen.
I know, but her mad fucking brother was away fucking riding German pussy, mate, wasn't he? I got that for the crown, eh?
Yeah, let's be honest. Right?
She must have been some ride to turn down being the king, by the way. Doing all sorts of mad nasty, like, no, here, listen, do you want to be the king or do you want to keep riding that wee dirty? He's like, mate, I'm a good Rangers man, I'm going to ride that wee dirty all day long.
No, did he know of a mad stutter or no?
No, that was, no, you're like
that his cum face, man?
You're like that film, the king's speech. That was the Queen's dad.
Nazi.
9 in a row. That was the Queen's dad.
Is it the Queen's dad?
I think so.
Oh, mate, right. I don't know, man. I'm not a mad royal. I don't know.
I remember I done a gig up in Skye, and this is how fucking naive I am. It was a brilliant night, just like a fucking mad rave lock-in thing. And a couple of the boys that I was with, he's like, it's just a fucking shame out of the venue. And I was like, it's a fucking great wee venue, man. And he was like, really? And it was the big pictures of the Queen on the wall. It was a lodge. And I fucking no idea. Until somebody had to point it out to me. That's fucking,
It's like when I did that.
And then I went like straight away, I put it right. I just went, boys, there's a couple of Catholics in here. Get them out.
Lads, stay right there.
They two there, they were complaining about fucking Lizzie's portrait. Him.
Excuse me, boys, do you run this venue? It's me, brother, right? I think there's a couple of wrongins in here. Who is it? Lorenzo, Giuseppe. Hey, two boys.
I mean, I told you, like, see, I don't know if it's because, like, the way I just grew up, I never really had the whole, like, we've spoken about this before, right? So I'm not going to, like, the whole kind of bigotry thing, right? But see, when
you must have had.
Oh, no, but I wasn't involved, like, it was banter, like, I wasn't involved in it, as in, like, I can't talk to you because you support this team or don't hang. Do you mean never that? Like, we had friends for, it wasn't a thing. It was just like, everybody just going, man, kumbaya. See if you had a cock, just fucking push your heat together. Nothing mattered, right? See,
did you not get the subtle racism? Like, we were the same, obviously, in our bunch.
I was like, fuck. There was everybody apart from Jewish folk, because I didn't really know any Jews growing up. I thought they were all in New York.
I can remember being young. When I was young, I must have been maybe 11. I must have been 11 because I wasn't in primary school anymore, so I was in high school, and we were playing during the summer holidays, playing football in Renfrew at the King George V playing fields, and some dafty came over. I can't remember his name, but it's like, when you're young and there's like guys that think they're hard men, and people are like, oh, you better watch it, man, he's like a fucking mad gangster, and he's like 17, and he's not, but he thinks he's hard because he picks on like 10-year-olds.
Aye.
And then when you go older and you go, oh, you were just a daft junkie, right? And now you're dead. One of the guys. Aye. And I remember he came fucking strutting over, and everybody was like, oh, watch it, man, that's fucking so-and-so. And I'm like, what's going on? And then the guy, I remember him saying to me, like, I vividly remember going, are you a hunter or Tim? And I was like, what? Like, generally didn't know.
I'll be anything you want.
I was like, what?
Tig.
And he's like, what are you? Like, right in my face. And then my pal was like, no, he's all right, man. He's with us.
He's one of us.
What is this? Generally, the first time in my life that ever happened. And the first time I'd heard those two terms, like, that you had to be one or the other. And I was like, mate, I go both ways, mate.
So you growing up, but did you never get the subtle ones, like if you went to one of your mates' houses, they'd go, oh, aye, where do you live? What school do you go to? That was them just basically saying, are you a Catholic or a Protestant? And then obviously they'd say, don't bring that boy back around here again.
Mate, I used to do a joke about it in fucking, like, what was it, the second show, the third show, about when you first start going out with a girl and you go in the house and you're trying to, because the dad will always ask. I had it, twice in my lifetime, just blatantly, what team do you support for the feather? And I'm pure scanning around the room to try and fucking figure out. That was the joke.
Then would you lie, just rather than telling the truth? Would you go, all right, he supports Partick Thistle through and through, my man?
No, I would never. I would just say, I don't really, I've never played football. I said I played rugby, so I'm not really.
Oh, I like it. I like it. And then
until obviously I got to know, until I got to know, and they'd be like, fucking God save you, clean you bastard. So then I would just tell them. But I can once get in. So that was the joke for the show. Like, you would go in and scan, when they ask you what team you support, quickly scan the room. There's fucking picture of the Queen, a bowler hat. He's a Rangers fan. Right? So
you just got that Celtic through, my man.
Or you look around the room, you're like, rosary beads, child tied to a radiator, Celtic fan. So you've got to balance what's in the room. But I had that once, walked in, and the first time I met somebody's dad, and they're like, oh, team, you split big one. I was like, this relationship's not going to last, is it? if that's an important question in life, it's not going to last.
All through my youth, that was the kind of standard.
You are in the Shire. You are in Mordor. You are in Chernobyl. You are in the blast zone. You are literally in fucking hell on earth. I grew up in the civilized West. You were in the Wild West.
Well, you know what as well, right? See, because there wasn't any deaths through religious violence, I think all my age grew up pretty tight, as in,
I've got pals that are like right heavy Catholics, man, right?
And I'm not religious at all. And I've got mates who are like really fucking Protestant, as in West Coast Protestant and then West Coast Catholic. But it's a tight group of pals, because I think we all realise the craziness of it all from the generation before.
It's nonsense.
But then again, maybe as they get older, maybe we'll start splitting up again, and then we become the dads that you hated. Gina, where's that boy for? What school she go to?
I don't think so. I don't think in my lifetime I'll ever ask somebody like, what team do you support, as if that's in any way
significant of who the man is or the woman.
At all. It'd be the last thing I'd be asking, see if I had a daughter and she brought a boy home, the last thing I'd be asking him is, what team do you support?
How big's his cock?
and
if she answers, keep her in.
Mate, honestly, I don't know how. I mean, I know you don't want to think about it because you've got it coming up in the next couple of years, but I don't know how I would cope with that. Mate. That's why I only want sons. Not because I don't love women or I think I'd be a great dad, but I don't think I'd be able to cope with that period.
Yeah, I don't think you've got a choice in the matter. It just pops out what it is.
I know, you just want it to be healthy, do you know what I mean? But
pop away like that. This is a boy head. This is a boy coming.
Hold my legs up, Franco. Make sure it's a boy.
Get upside down then. That means it's a boy. Come on.
On the blood rushing in my head, Franco. On the blood rushing in my head. Right, listen. See me a bit of ejaculate. I'm going to punch you in the tits because that is where you get guarantee a boy. Right, ready? All right, Franco. Right, 1, 2. Oh, God save the Queen. Bang. It's a boy.
Right, now you go and watch as much DIY as you can because that helps, I know. Right, listen. I'm going to pump you, then you're going to watch the box series of Top Gear, all right? Because that's definitely going to be a boy. So sit down. You're going to get your fucking doner kebab and you're going to watch Top Gear because I want a boy. I want an heir to the throne.
So help me, you better not squeeze out an bitch or you're in fucking trouble. I'll punch that back up in your uterus.
Hey, I couldn't cope with it.
See, that's another fucking nightmare. But see, going back to the...
Do you know, oddly, I don't know to go into this through it. See, when you posted a picture of the weighing up the other day, right? One, it did shock me because, like, see, whenever I think of your weightings...
That makes me laugh when you say that.
Honestly, see, when I think of your weightings, I just think of him the new. I don't think of him any different. But the Wigan, whenever I think of her back in Paisley. When I can't get that.
Just a wee lassie running
like,
about.
You know when people say, like, how old are you? And I'm like, I'm 36. How old? I feel as though I'm 26. I've never after I turned 27, I don't feel as if I aged in my mind. And I can't see her other than that wee lassie that used to put notes through the door or like run into a room in her pajamas. Just a wee lassie. So see, when you post that picture, I was like, what the fuck is going on in this planet, man? And then, so when people kept putting, she obviously gets her looks from her mother. I'm like, 1, you're a pedo. 2, don't fucking try to hit on his wife. What's going on here? I'm like, just say it as it is. Mal's the best looking one in the family, and the rest of them are fucking ugly bastards, right?
Well, that's it, mate. That's it, man. All right. I'll go with that all day.
But mate, I can't comprehend. Like, remember the last time this was out of lockdown, so it was able to travel. Even that day when she came in for school, I was like, what the fuck has happened, man? How are these Waynes adults? How are they humans?
She's the tallest in the family.
Mate, honestly, it fucking blows my mind every time I think of they two. Like, but they've gone from Waynes to actual people.
I thought you were going to say what they've went through. But
well, haven't used that. It's been hell.
I posted that picture because that was the first time she's kind of got dolled up to go out with her pal's birthday. So 3 of them were out the back door of her pals having a wee birthday party.
Getting mad about full of pals.
She got all done up and that, and I took a wee picture here and I thought to myself, wow. I even kind of seen the change, and obviously because she's put makeup in that one. I was thinking, wow, she's turning into a wee woman.
It's terrifying.
But I tell her what you said when you said it the first time you told me, because it made me laugh, and then she's like, and she was like, oh, that's right, I remember that. But she even remembered whatever the notes were that she was putting through the door. She could remember that.
I can vividly remember it because I remember when she slipped the note under, and all I kept thinking was, see, if I was a dad, this would be like the memories. I'd be like, right, remember this time because they're not going to be waiting for long. And as I'm thinking as I'm thinking that to myself, I turned round and fucking there's Big Gary pure raging eating a sandwich because we hadn't started recording. And I felt as if I was stuck, like a genuine moment in my life going, right, do I walk towards this reality of having a family and having a wedding slip a note under my door, or do I walk towards this reality of being an angry old guy eating a piece? I'll
fucking pack lunches,
I'll
man.
never ever forget, honestly, because you slipped the note under, and then he was like, "What the fuck's that?" And you were reading the note, and in my head, I'm thinking, this is such a fucking. Imagine having. Like, you've made a wedding, she slips wee notes on your door. That's the contrast of having a boy and having a girl. Do you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And then turn around and he was fucking raging, man, because the mic's when he turned on his pure ham on his chicken piece. Never brought sandwiches for everybody else, ever, not once. And that was a proper
fucking pack lunches.
Honestly, I'll never ever forget that. And then fast forward to that time we were in that house, the house you're in now. He's going like, where's my pizza? Get my pizza on, Dad. I need money. And I'm like, I remember you used to be loving. Yeah, spoiled bastard.
Oh, the Jaws. You're bringing a tears to my ear, Scott.
Yeah. Fun times, but mate, fun times.
Hey, talking about Candyman, I'm saying to you, I hope our heroes are enjoying the first 5 episodes we uploaded to the Council channel. I've been out on my walks and on my bike, and I've actually dipped my toe in it. And I think I've listened to just about all 5.
Yep.
And episode 5 is the fucking Blue Nun story, which is a fucking dynamite one. You instigated that one for Gary to say it for his show or something because you'd remembered it.
These setups.
And he stopped saying it because he felt it never worked. But anyway, but Hunter's a fucking great chat there. So hope you enjoy it. And we're going to release every other one on the Hero channel. Because it made me think to myself, these are fucking really great, man. These are funny. They should be shared. So we'll have to go the extra mile and get them uploaded, find them and upload them.
Yep.
But enjoy the 5 guys. Enjoy the 5 episodes, guys. Yeah.
5 guys, 5 guy fives, 5 guys.
And just to go back to the religion thing.
Oh Jesus!
See, when I was young, we went to. It never lasted long, right? But we get made to go to a Sunday school thing, right?
Same as us.
In Stevenson, while we were in, there was folk flinging bricks. All your rest of your pals flinging bricks at the building, calling you a fucking poof and all that. A poof for being made to go to fucking. Anyway, all sorts. And I remember this thing. It was at the end of the lesson. Oh, you just wanted to go and hang about with your mates in the street. At the end of the lessons, they would give you fruit shoots or blackjacks, which was a racist penny sweetie. It was black, and it had a picture of Gollywog in front of you.
That was to mask the flavour of.
A 1 penny blackjack, right? Or a 1 penny fruit salad, right? So they would ask you religious questions. They'd ask you, you're saying more than you're actually saying. They would ask you religious questions, and if you got it right, they'd give you a blackjack. So basically, they were forcing you to learn. Right? So then they'd get the top 3 winners who had the most blackjacks and fruit salads, right? So everybody else, they take you through the back and bum you for the big price.
Which was an Easter egg.
And as you say, get up salty tasting, you'd have to eat your fruit salads or your blackjacks.
Sitting in the back of your mom's motor going, did you enjoy Sunday school? I'm just trying to get a taste of cum in my mouth. He's fucking 5 minutes, all right?
How was that? Oh, Marcel's killing me.
Right.
What? But no, that's I can remember.
I'm honestly think I get sent to Sunday school just so my mom could clean the house. I think that's the.
I get you at the fucking house.
Aye, get you at the house for like 3 years.
We were never. We never wanted to be in the house.
All we did was play.
Times are different then.
We played jump the river and crab football. That was it. Is
that like doing bum jumps? Try to jump from one side to the other side. Jump the river.
Bum jumps.
Burn. We never had rivers. We had burns, so we did bum jumps.
So you put like 2 bits of rope, and you go jump, and then you extend the rope. All right, no, and then you jump. No, we're doing it inside in the fucking church hall.
All right, now fuck that. We went up the country. The jump burns.
No, so we would put like 2 bits of rope down the middle, and you had to jump over, and then every time you made it, you would increase the length, and then you would get 5 priests down either end. With holding other actions, and you had to stop before you hit into them.
Or you had to do like a rope swing, right? Grabbing other actions.
Monkey bars. But what happened was, every now and again, one of the old priests wouldn't be able to maintain their erection, so you'd slip off that one, and you had to go and grab
it. Mind that fucking channel where it's like this, they've got the train, Soul Train, and they all just dance to it. It's kind of like a porno Soul Train, you're just getting in one gut.
You know, like we used to do it, like at weddings, when people would hold their hands up like that. Well, that's what they do. They touch the tips all the priests touch the tips of their bobbies, and then you need to run down the middle.
And then you do the spunky fountain where they're coming to run. You just slide right down it like a fucking death slide. Good times, man.
Great
How many
times,
blackjack
man.
should get paid for that?
Oh, you got a bag and a half.
I got a bag and a half. That was always 10 pence mix up. Aye, good times, man. But aye, so
have you watched? I watched a new program on Amazon called Them. Have you seen it?
No, sounds good, but I just like it. Them.
Honestly, the most horrific thing I've ever seen.
Aye,
terrible.
What's the premise? What's
premise is a family in North Carolina moved to East Compton, a young black family, and they are terrorized by all the white people that live there.
Fucking hell.
And it's horrific. It's absolutely horrific. It's so horrific. I am now on episode 6 of 10, and I don't know if I can watch anymore.
Right.
That's how bad it is. It's bad for like, I mean, it's bad as in it's just shit. Like it's shit to watch, but it's also bad as in the story. So there's so much horrific. It just feels really hacky. Things like there's a dead dog in it, right? There's a dead baby in it. You see the fucking dead baby's body when it gets dug up. It's just like everything is really cheap and
everything's really sent to make you wince. So
it's just like, right, what can we do that really annoy people? Let's kill a dog because we know that annoys people. Nothing to do with the story, right? Not Disney play a part in it. Let's kill a dog. What else can we do? Let's kill a baby. Fucking hell, that's brutal, right? Does that really play into the story? No, really, but let's just put it in anyway. It's a lot of stuff like that. And it's just horrific. Absolutely horrific.
But see, when you watch something that's like series that are fucking warping you a bit like that, I think it affects your. See, when you go to bed that night and all that, it's like an uneasy fucking,
Oh, mate, I totally I have to. I always watch something. I always watch like cooking shows
or something.
Just before I go to bed.
Because bizarrely, on the flip side of what you're saying, I just watched Ted Lasso on ITV.
Did you like it?
It was actually, don't get me wrong, first couple of episodes, I was going, what the fuck am I watching here?
And it's really odd, isn't it? Because like you're watching it going, this is shit. But then you're like 8 episodes in going, I feel as though I like it, but I don't know why.
I tell you what, I'm looking forward to season 2.
Same.
The main thing that stuck out for me is see the football manager. What an ugly face, but what a fucking body she's got, man. She's got an amazing body. See the manageress.
Oh, the chairman, the chairlady, the chairwoman. The owner of the club.
She's worth an internet search to see what she was like in her prime.
Mallorca Lee.
I'd bag it, but
she's in her prime now.
Mate, the form on her. And I'll tell you what else I watched. I watched
Zac and power. I watched fucking Zac Efron's Justice League. No,
I watched the 4 hour.
Garbage.
I thought it was all right. I never watched the other one. I thought it was all right.
Garbage.
I'll tell you now. I think Wonder Woman is fucking one of the hottest women in the world.
No, lies. You're talking lies. One, right? What's his face that plays Batman?
Aye.
Worst Batman ever. Worst Batman ever.
I thought he was all right.
You're wrong. Worst Batman ever, right? Wonder Woman, I feel as if she's gave up. I felt as if her acting she didn't even turn up. She was just like, whatever, right. Terrible to watch. Also,
mate, I could watch her do her laundry.
Right, see, this is the problem. This is why they do things like this in films. Is for
of course they do.
Fucking
for guys like me to go like that.
See films still in the game, man.
Why?
Fly out to Hollywood and go like that to her.
Why does she?
It's Wonder Woman. I'll buy you like anything like full escort or fucking like a new jacket or that. Just gives a read.
It just feels like it's old guys sitting around going, right, what's sexy? I know, I'll make her seem like Xena, warrior princess. That's not sexy, man. Either she's sitting there and her arse is nearly hanging out, or that scene when she's in white stilettos and a white jacket. What the fuck?
I'll tell you that scene. See the bit she's brushing. I don't know what she was doing. She looks like she was brushing a statue dressed in white. I was slaving at her, just going,
why?
I don't know. I believe you work in a museum.
You're full of shit. It's awful. And then fucking Aquaman.
I'm a red-blooded man.
Right.
Aquaman,
so Wonder Woman.
I wouldn't rate him. No.
Wonder Woman is for you, and then Aquaman is for the fucking. Well, it's for the Moz. Always take. See if you took all the scenes of him taking his shirt off.
I know.
And just did like a 5-minute pole dance of Aquaman. You could have saved. You could have saved an hour and a half in the film. The whole first 2 hours is just him taking his shirt off.
Isn't it ironic here? But right, Aquaman, right? This cunt's this big Zohan out of fucking Game of Thrones, right? The big ass bumper. What was his name? It's the same guy in it. He played fucking Terramung Dungo or whatever.
What?
He played that fucking mental cunt in that fucking Game of Thrones, man.
The Dragon King.
Aye, Drago. Ivan Drago. He fought Rocky in that when he was younger, boy.
But, so here it is, right? Aquaman.
Good tattoos, right? Tattoos are mad for a bevy, right?
And he's a superhero. All right, let's know. I bet he stinks of fish, but we'll not go there. All the women fancy him, right?
Yep.
Why does it have to be portrayed as a bad boy for all the women to fancy him? So if I rocked up to my house steaming with tattoos all over the place, I'd be in the fucking bad books.
I know, mate, but listen, this is what I'm saying. It's so the old-fashioned stereotypes.
Well, like women fancy like troublemakers because they've been beating up that. Women think they want a bad boy, right? Until they get a bad boy, and then
until he pisses all the fucking seat, and then they're like, "Hey, you're a fucking bastard!" You.
And then you wake up 15 years later, 2 Wayne's in a Coon's house, and he's done the off with a fucking barmaid for the fucking Lauriston bar. He's left you in $6,000 of debt, and you're like, I don't want a bad boy anymore. So you go and you meet a nice guy, but then you're too mentally damaged, and the nice guy's like, why you get a knife to my throat? And she's like, I can only come if you bite my tits. And then it just gets all fucking too complicated.
There's fucking, I don't even know what they're called, what are they fucking big, mad, fancy fish tanks?
How come?
He's just got them boat them all around the house, like aquariums. He's like, your house is a fucking aquarium, man. And then like any other cunt comes in and you like fish, but it was your man who did it. Because like, see when he was like pumping you say fucking smash your face right into one of the aquariums and you were looking at Nemo and all that. Oh, help me, Nemo, I can't get it. But it's too late for you. He comes in and fires my ass. So it's your turn, man. And then he leaves you, like you're saying, he leaves you on, you try and get another guy. And he doesn't like badgering your sphincter.
He's scared to come around your house because it's all fucking glitter and glass.
Your house smells of fish food.
Is this fucking... How come your Yankee candle spelt Yankee with 7 E's at the end? Is it a holiday, you bastards, a number 3? Back off.
How come your Yankee candle smells of fucking dead dolphins? What's this saying? Aquaman. This is dolphin cum aqua candles.
So I understand from your bio you've got 2 children. Wait, do your children love you? No, they're in Berlin, mate. Is that a suburb of Glasgow? Could say that. Could say that.
Here's my question. See, Aquaman, what? Right, shut off constantly, right? No gills. So how does he breathe underwater? Second question. Drop your drawers. You drop your drawers. What am I looking at? I'm an ankle. I take Aquaman home. I'm on my knees. I drop the drawers. What's staring at me in the face? Are we fish, Bobby? Do you fish off, Bobbies?
A wee flipper.
Like a wee sucker. Here's the other thing, right? See when
maybe he's a mermaid below. Maybe he's like
see when he gets out the water, he's soaking wet, right? Mm-hmm. And he takes his t-shirt off. No, he takes his t-shirt off like a woman. I don't know any man who takes their t-shirt off like that. Don't know any man, right? You take it off like this, like a gentleman does. Okay?
No, I do. If you're underneath it, that's the way I do it.
So he gets out of the water, he's soaking wet, he takes his t-shirt off, right? And then it's a slow camera shot of the body and the shoulders. And, oh my God, imagine him in your house, Sandra, Jesus Christ. Then it gets back in the water and takes a t-shirt off before he jumps in the water. So I believe that he's putting a t-shirt on under the water to get back out again. And where are all these dry t-shirts coming from?
I watched it, and then look, it must be a hell of a mess about the shoreline with just all these fucking t-shirts.
Oh, so see if he's been Aquaman doing an Aqualand, fucking scooting about with Aqua, right? I'm a Barbie girl in an Aqualand world. What, is there just hundreds of human clothes kicking about with all the fish?
Come on, Barbie, let's go party. I mean, this is a hang on. All then they go into this. They're floating about on the water, then they do this big mad bubble, and they go inside it, and they're dry.
Fish, I know, bone dry.
But they walk through a shower to get into it, and then they're fucking dry, and they'll be like, Aquaman, you're in trouble.
Do you know what I'd want to see? Aquaman tied up in the back of an Ayrshire chippy as he fucking take chunks of it and fry it up.
Aye, fucking right, man.
Flapping about the fucking ground, man. Throwing half a bucket of water at him.
And Superman comes back and they touch on the wee slight bad Superman thing, which I quite liked. I thought it was all right. I done the 4 hours of it and thinking to myself,
so did I, mate. It
was all right,
garbage.
Man.
No, garbage.
They should have, do you think this is what they're meant to do? Do you think they were going to break it up into 10 episodes for like a wee mini-series? And
I really don't know.
Somebody just went, fucking get it. It's lockdown. I can't be arsed.
I really don't know, mate. I really, really don't know. But it was. I just got to the end. No, I'm not a DC. You know, I'm not a big comic book fan. Like, I know there'll be people watching that going, but you know the scene when Aquaman goes into the bar and he puts down that glass? That glass is actually from episode 14 of the Yucatan. I'm like, I don't care. Easter
egg. I know. Listen, did you see all the Easter eggs? What?
When the girls are singing to the water, the shoreline, that song is actually from the comic book series of The Green Goblin. And that's the song that I don't care. I don't care.
Well, I don't. Mate, you fried my brain, man.
At the end of it, this is what made me. It actually made me laugh, and it's exactly what you're talking about. At the end of this fucking cunt, it's like he was doing a bit of shape shifting. He turns up at the end to Bruce Wayne's house, flies up. Bruce Wayne's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And he's like, "Yes, my name is Alan, but you may know me as the Martian hunting man." And then he fucking flies away. I was going, that's just to give geeks a wank story.
Aye.
Oh, did you fucking see it, man? Did you see it, Alan? What are you talking about? The Martian Manhunter, he came and saw Batman, which is leading right back to Chapter 7, Episode 5 of Magazine 217, Aquaman and the fucking Martian Man farter. You know, and they go with Batman and they help him re-understand Gotham. You know what I'm talking about? And I was thinking, what a fucking shit name for a superhero. The Martian. My name is Alan, but you may know me as the Martian Manhunter. And he flies away. I'd be going, hey, that's a shite name. That's a shite name, mate.
Alan.
Let's just call you Super Alan. Alan. All right, Martian Manhunter.
Alan. Is Manhunter one word or is it Martian Manhunter? Alan.
Is it a hyphen between Martian Man?
Aldo, it's too big to fit on Twitter. Aldo.
Oh, don't I better use my Sonic Boom voice. Alan, it's Bruce.
Aye.
Is it Martian Manhunter one word or is it like a triple barrel name? What is your superpower? Do you hunt Martians? Alan. He's just flying through the air like that. Fucking hell, man. This happens every time I tell somebody my name. I should just tell my name is Alan.
It's like, see the one that's on, is it Disney or Apple TV? There's another one out there now, and it's like eight episodes or something. It's like some guy that looks silver, set in old America. I don't even know the name of it. No, I don't know, mate. Anyway.
There's just too many, man.
The same as what you're saying there. I saw a video and it's the guy going, there's a scene in the basement when they walk around, there's 8 bookcases, but you'll notice the central bookcase is empty. That's because Dr. fucking Mandolin actually has that book and it ties the Marvel universe together. I'm like, every one of these get fucked, man.
I know. Don't care. These cunts are insane. I would love it if just your Superman, they just had fucking normal names. What's your name?
Steve Franco.
Big Franco.
Aye.
What's your superpower? Well, I can fucking do about 12 beers in 3 minutes.
Aye. I can do 6 bottles of bucky and still go to my work. Sorry? He can fly. He's got X-ray vision. Aye, but can he do this? Just tans 4 bottles of bucky and then fucking sings the Fields Off and Rye. Absolutely perfect. Pitch perfect.
He's like, Big Franco, what's your superpower? Watch this. I go invisible. And he just fucking puts his on up a bird's skirt. She turns and slaps him. He's like, see?
He's like, I can go, I'm invisibility, man. Right, shows then. He just goes and stands in the corner. We can still see it. No, you can't.
Still crack one out.
No, you can't. No, we can see it. No, you can't.
Takes his clothes off and stands with the dartboard. What?
Takes all his clothes off and he's just painted his body like camel paint. Just standing against a perfectly white wall. We can see, no, you can't, mate. I'm invisible.
Move along. Goes in the bar, pulls a pint, and that what you fucking do.
Beat it. That's like
no,
the fucking,
you again, Franco.
The local,
I tell you last time.
The local special kid. What's that guy doing behind the bar naked bar? I think just don't look at him, man. He's mental. Can't think he's invisible. Just leave him.
Big Franco, man. He'll crack up. If you don't go along with
the old barmaid's cleaning glasses going, oh no, how is that pint glass moving by itself?
He's like, you shut your mouth, Sandra, you fucking boot.
Standing there, kid knew he was going to ride now with a beardless. I fucking told you, boy.
She can't see. She can't see.
Right,
happy days, mate. Happy days.
But so I thought it was all right. And I was going to say something there as well, but I forgot because you said that. Okay. Aye, it's worth a watch, man. It's worth a watch.
It's no. It's crap.
Well, it's worth a watch if you're getting it for fuck all.
I'm trying. I haven't watched a good film or TV show for quite some time.
I keep dipping into, the videos. Looper. These are the top 5 videos, horror films available right now on Netflix. They kind of mad things. I keep watching things like that, try to get vibed up to watch maybe a couple of good horror films, but nothing.
We watched one the other day called Run. You seen that on Netflix? It's meant to be a horror, and it's one of the best comedies I've ever seen in my life.
Because it's that bad?
Because it's that bad. The woman who's the lead in it's terrible. I think she's a terrible actress. But the lassie who's kind of, she plays her daughter in it. She's disabled, and it's good, man, because like there's a bit in it where she's in a wheelchair and she's trying to escape. And I jokingly said, just fucking engage slug mode, like just crawl. And then next minute, she just launches herself at a chair and fucking absolutely hammers it with the wee fucking crazy legs going behind her. I was like, this is great, man. Watch it, Run. Hilarious. The best comedy horror you'll ever see that isn't meant to be a comedy. It's great.
I want to see one above, so as above, so below, which is like fucking, they go down to the French catacombs and it's like,
all hell breaks loose.
All hell breaks loose and things like they start hallucinating that, no?
We watched
the catacombs, man, and it's fucking freaky as it is, so a horror film set down there.
We watched a really good documentary on the iPlayer about a guy who basically infiltrates the North Korean hierarchy, and it's fucking quality, man. Man.
What for? Just to combat and grass?
The guy's obviously
he does use chopsticks, the daft cunts.
The guy's obviously just looking for something to do with his life. You mean he's just lost, whatever? And like, but the whole story is, I mean, they basically infiltrate the high-ranking officers in North Korea to the point where they are in talks to buy an island in Africa and build an underground base that will build nuclear weapons.
Well, you know.
And when you say it out loud, you think this is made up nonsense. And then when you watch the documentary, you're like, what the fuck is going on? It is insane. It's insane.
There's a whole part of the world, mate, that operates. We don't even know anything about it, man. No, I mean, cunts buying weapons and all that. Pure fucking missiles, man. Pure nonsense, mate.
Right fucking wrongings, man.
I watched a wee bit of the Greta Thunberg thing last night as well.
The BBC thing. I looked at that and nobody stopped me for watching that. I said, if I tell him I'm watching it, I'll get slagged.
I accidentally stumbled across it and then
I watched it and loved it.
Didn't love it.
She's got a big fancy ski jacket now.
Sitting very quietly going, it's just all non. The thing that gets me the most about it is I think it's the wrong time to be pushing all this stuff with the normal person, because I think nobody really gives a fuck now about climate because of the year that we've been through. I think everybody
surely this year has been good for climate.
Well, that's what I would have thought,
flights,
but then apparently
less travel.
The problem is my thing with science, right, is that the whole point of science is to give you a definitive answer. Now, I understand that there'll be movement within that couple of percentage here or there, but that's the difference between, for example, science and religion, fact and knowledge and belief. So if you are to entrust science and scientists, then they have to give you an answer. But the problem is,
struggle to try and give an answer.
But the problem is, mate, you literally have one person saying white and one person saying black. They will say the exact opposite of each other, and that's the problem I have. So I watch a documentary about Greta Thunberg, and she's talking to someone saying that the national parks in Canada have lost 50% of its vegetation over the last decade. The rainforests are dying out. Within the next 25 years, the planet's going to be extinct. If we don't stop climate change now, if we don't protect the trees and we don't protect deforestation, everything's going to die. Then on another documentary, you've got another scientist going, oh, that's nonsense. If you don't protect the oceans, that's what will happen. The oceans create more oxygen than all of the vegetation on the earth together. So what is it? Is it the vegetation, as in the plants and the rainforest, that create the oxygen, or is it the ocean? Because it can't be both. We have to protect both, but it can't. Both of them can't be the right answer. So what is it?
What is it?
This is what I'm saying. They hit out with facts. The guy who was talking about everything that's happened because of COVID, apparently it's only made a difference of 7%. So if that's the case, then and everything goes back to normal, it must just be an increase of 7%. So really, we are not the problem.
But here's the thing as well, right? I remember seeing some report where how the atmospheres, you know, when you take all the flights that have been basically taken out of the equation over the last year, all the cars, the emissions, you know, that have been stopped globally, and it was such a small percentage, and I was going, well, what are you meant to do? I know that's what I'm saying. But what are you going to do? So where's the change come from? Right, what you have to do, right, is we'll have to go back to living huts.
No, mate, do you know what the change has to happen is they need to say to China, you've got to stop this mass production, which they're never going to do.
No, and then unless we just kill them, right? Like send the nukes out to them, right? But then you know what's going on. Some country's going to complain about that, no?
Everything boils down to it being political. And I laugh when she's getting which I think is very, very dangerous. And see all these people who are going, well, she's jumping on a plane. She's a fucking wee lassie, right? She got a boat across the Atlantic in some of the worst weather ever, nearly died. She shouldn't be getting that. Put her on a fucking plane. All these countries ready to jump on her back, go, aye, but she's saying this and she got on a plane. It's a fucking young girl, for fuck's sake, right? That was absolutely disgraceful, the fact that they put her through that. Then she turns up at the place to go and do the speech at this climate conference in Madrid. 29,000 delegates are there. Why? Why does there need to be 29,000 delegates at this
just
fucking
to get
thing?
an autograph, mate? I saw that program, man. You were like a banana on a boat. It
annoys me that people are still naive to the fact that they don't think this is just another business. Climate activism is another business. Like, say for example, if I go to the SECC and I go to like the camping expo or the fucking caravan expo, right? And there's people all around selling different caravans and they've got all their stalls set up. That's a business. See if I go to a climate change fucking meeting at the SECC and there's 29,000 people there and they've all got stalls set up and they've got their banners and they've got everything printed and they're giving away merch. That's a business.
Yep.
This is a business, and it's either she does not realize that she is now part of the business, or her family realize that she is and are happy to keep pushing her, because
she must be getting a wage. She must be getting money through sponsorships, eco sponsorships and all that, and it guaranteed she's getting
hundreds of thousands.
What I noticed was, and even just in the holding picture for the program, she was, I can't remember what kind of jacket, but she was some big fucking mega jacket, no like a Canada Goose or something, but something like that. And I was thinking, there you go. She's fucking wearing big, heavy-duty Antarctic jackets. They're a fortune.
Right, but my thing was, I was watching it, and she's going round, and it's like a false god, like a false prophet, and not on her. Talking to some guy in Canada about a polar ice cap that is in this part of Canada that's been retreating at 6 meters per year, well quicker than any other record show, right? And you can see the joy in his face because he's thinking, fuck me, I've got Greta Thunberg here. She's the biggest name, the biggest face in climate activism. Finally, people are going to come here. They're going to give us the funding we need. It's going to be seen across the world. And we're going to get the help and the research that we need. She does the interview and she fucks off, nothing happens.
Aye, so because I need that funding to keep my wages paid, pay my electricity bill, and that's these cuts are all about and all.
Aye, but also like, I generally don't. I think that from watching that episode, I think that she believes she has been taken around these places to see the effects of climate change, whereas the people who she is meeting think that they are getting something out of it.
That's
and then when they leave, and also the other thing, she's not an interviewer. She's obviously with her Asperger's. She's very uncomfortable. The questions that she's asking is the questions that a kid would ask.
It's a face.
It's strange. So it's odd, and you're just watching it going, this isn't the show. This shouldn't be a show. This isn't the show you think it is.
Hey, see, in many ways, do you think she's kind of like, do you think when Jesus came, he was kind of like the Greta Thunberg of the Jesus days? Because that's what he was doing. He was just like fucking, hey, everything's like, it was happening. He was visiting folk. He was doing things.
I think Jesus was like a wee dick. I think Jesus would have jumped up and like,
how dare you?
You know,
how dare you, Scott Gibson?
You know that Glasgow drug dealer who like comes for like the Gorbals or something, like rough upbringing, and then starts a family and is a millionaire. So he like moves out to like Mogai or White Craigs, and then the kids go to a private school. But when they become teenagers, they realise who their dad is, and then they start kicking about. Like Tony Soprano's son. That's what I imagine Jesus was. I imagine Jesus is going to the pubs. Who the fuck my dad is, you cunt? That's what I think Jesus was. And then some big Roman's like, I don't give a fuck who your dad is. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Nailed to a bit of wood. Up you go. And he's like, Dad, save me. And his dad's not coming because his dad's out riding and then he's dead. That's what I think.
That's fucking, that's deep, mate.
And then you Easter eggs,
Fury.
Easter eggs, mate.
You got to hell for that, Fury, man.
I can't, mate. I can't go to hell because hell doesn't exist, mate. This is hell. I'm hell, mate. What are you saying to me? Like you don't believe in a heaven and hell juxtapositions sort of reality?
I think that we are part of a cruel game. Life is the Matrix, and we are all in hell at the moment. And if you
or
somehow no purgatory, think about it this way: everything, every pain, every horror, every sadness, every possible horrific thing that could happen to you, your family, your life, or humanity exists in this life. We are in hell. And when you die, if you have managed to navigate through the hell that is Earth, you pass to level 2.
Well, we don't know. Is that? I think you're mixing up there, Scott. Because I think purgatory is the right word,
mate.
Because purgatory is like in between you going up the stairs or down the stairs.
There's nothing in purgatory, right? I was up Castle Milk High Flats Weefron last week. He says to me, "There's a button on Mars, right? And if you push that button, everything gets reset, and that's how he's trying to fucking get to Mars,
trying to get it, man. Because he's what, I'll tell you this, right? I'll tell you this, right?
Do you know what we should do for the heroes? See, once lockdown's over, we should find a pub, find somebody with a pub that would let us do it. Me, you, Mr. Ross,
the Corona, big Harry,
right, in a pub, having a lock-in and live stream it. Live stream lock-in, and us just getting mad about talking nonsense.
That would descend into chaos very quickly.
That would be great. That would be fucking great.
But here, now, listen, right, in all seriousness, right, what is your views on what happens to you after you die?
I think there's just your physical being or your soul, your person, who you are. I think you just go
back to me.
I think you just go like, right, you know when you're asleep and then you have dreams?
Yes.
Right. So see when you are dreaming, you are awake. Your body is effectively in standby mode, if you like, right? So when you have a deep dream, and maybe in your dream you're chasing Wonder Woman, right? And she's been the white stilettos, and you're like, and then she turns around like, "You're no way basing the place, London." You're like, "Fucking basing your place, London," right? And you have a wee cuddle, and you're loving the dream, and then you wake up, and you're like, "Oh no, go back in the dream, man!" Right? You try and get back in again, but then Wonder Woman's got my face and a big strap on. You're like, "No, this dream, right?"
This is even better.
That the length of that dream compared to the length of time that you are awake, you're probably only awake for maybe 10 minutes, but your dreams could feel like forever. But before that, you have a state where you're in deep sleep, where there's no reaction to your body. You don't know you're awake. You're in a deep sleep. That's
death.
What death is, I think. It's just it's a darkness, a nothingness,
and you're not even aware. So there's nothing to be,
not in a fear, judge. Not when people say like, it's just a darkness, not a fearful darkness, not as in like I am conscious of the dark. That sounds like an Iron Maiden song. Fear of the dark. You're just nothing. You're just floating.
But in all seriousness, you've died before.
But the way I look at that is I've died medically.
But so then that's what I'm saying. Did you slip into that void of nothing?
Mate,
You weren't conscious, you weren't aware of it.
I was like looking down at my body going like, here, by the way, it's maybe not much length on it, but it's a fucking meaty bobby, so it is. No.
I'm lying on a cold bench, just slap it a couple of times and you'll see what I've got. What that girth on is, man?
The fear that I had was, see when they gave me the tablets, so I took a tablet and then I got an injection to knock me out, and I was very conscious that my body was trying to put me to sleep and I was trying to fight it. I mean, I was fucking grabbing the frame of the door when they were trying to push me out. I was like, I'm not ready, because I thought I was going to die. I thought I was going to die in surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a horrible feeling because I was fully aware that I was being forced into a sleep. But then, generally, this is exactly what happened. They gave me a tablet and then they gave me an injection. And see, literally as soon as the needle went in me, I was going, right? I remember my bed was moved from the wall, brought out the room. I remember putting my hands on the wall, and I remember saying, I'm not ready yet. And the nurses put my hands back in. I remember being in the hallway, and then the next thing I remember, I don't remember falling asleep. The next thing I remember is I woke up in the surgery, in the room, and they asked me if I knew my name, who the Prime Minister was, and where I was. And then I fell asleep again, and then I woke up in the ward. And that's my whole memory of a 9.5-hour day. So when I was in the operating theatre, when they fucking cut my face, like pure face off, man, peeled all the skin back, drilled in my brain, nothing, not a thing.
Fucking hell, man.
Do you know the only thing that I really regret?
I must have been sore when you came to, but no.
No, mate. Like, you must have had morphine at some point.
Mate, fucking smoke morphine.
It's just the greatest thing ever, man. There's nothing. There's nothing at all. There's no pain. It's so fucking odd. I wish somebody had taken pictures. So see from the top of my ear, literally in line with the top of my ear, right? You maybe go up a bit 2 inches and then in 2 inches. That's where they started. So they cut in a kind of like a question mark sign like that. That's the way they cut. So they cut around and then they cut all the way down to the bottom of my ear, like this, to the bit of my chin where my finger is, and then all that skin came back like this, like peeled ruin. And then they take a bit of your skull, drill into your skull, and then put the things in it to do the stuff in your brain, and then they put a wee plate on it, pull all that back, stitch it all up. I would like to have seen some pictures of what they did, but nobody took any pictures.
That's mad. I mean, that's some fucking journey.
Mate, do you know the worst thing about the whole being in hospital for that time? The most painful thing was getting the staples out. That was the most painful thing. Everything else, but I had to get dye put in my brain so they could take a picture. It wasn't painful, but it was very uncomfortable to the point where you just I couldn't handle it. But getting the staples ripped out was fucking grim, man. Just pure. Imagine like dry, crusty blood, and they don't even they just got a fucking boom, boom, getting like 60 staples pulled out your head. I was like, no, pure agony, man. But
Did you get a lot of bevy and like get it?
Mate, it's good because when I went in, and they took my top off, like red-handed ulster, get him into the fucking top floor. So I was in the good wing. Do you know what I mean? Like a private
special
bed,
treatment,
big TV, get a wank every day. It was great. Do you know what I mean? No worries, pure soapy tit wank for the nurses. Everything was great. Couldn't fault them, mate.
All the nurses looked like Wonder Woman, didn't they, man?
I remember. So see the food, right? The food was awful. I mean, everybody jokes about hospital food, but it's awful, right?
Is that to get you out quicker?
I don't know. Mate, it's just cost. It's cost. So you think like when people go, how can they not make things a bit better? They could make things a bit better if they actually like chose to focus on that and understanding how food and nutrition can help people's rehabilitation. But it's some guy or some woman who's in the kitchen, you know, who's not a chef, right? And they've just got the job, and it's just, get the fucking still the tatties, man, right? Fucking here.
4,000 fish fingers, that'll do it.
Right? But that's what it is, right? So you can't fault it, and also it's the NHS. So you want something else, go private. So I came round, and the woman said to me on 2 occasions, she went, one, I've got a treat for you today, son. And I went, every time you say this, it's terrible. She went, no, I've got a treat for you today. Fish and chips. Now, it's underneath the cosh, so they lift the cosh off, right? And, mate, underneath this was like, you know the fish you used to get in school? It's like it's like the fish is like paper.
Fucking goldfish.
And then it's like the fucking nuclear orange breadcrumbs on it, right? So a tiny wee bit of fish and a single chip. And I went, whoa. You said fish and chips. This is fish and chip. And she went, the nurses have been stealing chips off the fucking... The nurses have been lifting chips off plates, right? So the next Friday, she came round again, and this woman must have just been part-time because I only saw her at the weekends. And she went, I've got a treat for you today, big boy. And I went, what is it? And she went, do you like a pie? I went, whoa, listen, Sandra, back off. She went, I've got a pie for you. Lifted it up. Now it was a pie, a Scotch pie, right? And I did think, do you know what? This will be all right. Went to pick the pie up, mate, to eat it. And see when I picked it up, the whole arse collapsed out the pie. It was so greasy. So I was just holding a ring of pastry. And then it just all fucking dissolved like mush in the plate.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it.
I'll leave it, man. It was brutal.
Just finger her furiously.
It was mad. Do you know once? So see when I get moved into the ward, I get moved once when it was in the ward again. Like when I came out intensive care, once a year was all right. I get moved again into this room, and this guy get brought in. And long story short, in Cardonald, he basically got attacked with golf clubs, right? And he fucking panned his skull in and a hell of a mess. And see when his mum turned up, she's like, "What's going on, man? I'm my fucking boy." So straight away, I'm going, What is this, man? Because everybody else was like a normal person, like just, you know, nice people who'd been through hell and have got a bam in with. So St. George, who was my surgeon, came round and the guy's going, when can I go out here, doctor? Because when I go out, I'm telling you right now, you better have 6 beds ready because I'm going to send these fucking cunts straight back up here. And he's like, first of all, let's just bring the language down. There's other people in here. So he's going through all the stuff like he needs to do, and he's got a fractured skull, and and he's got to go to this appointment and that appointment, and they're going to try and fix his eye because he took a fucking beating. And then the boy, as the doctor's leaving, going, "Have you got any advice for me, doctor?" And it says, I'd maybe stop trying to take up golf. And then he walked away, and the guy's like, "I wasn't playing golf. I was attacked by a golf club. You fucking dick." Mate.
Doctor, will I be able to get a Rager again or what, man?
That's my thing with the NHS. It's not like when people go, you know, that yes, they work very hard, but yes, they also enjoy a break. That's the hardest bit of being a nurse, is dealing with the fucking dafties. It's not dealing with
just anybody. I mean, because I suppose even like your most placid, even like your most relaxed guy, when faced in with challenging fucking illnesses or whatever, you're going to be erratic because you're thinking about you, so you want to know the answers, and you're hoping that they're going to give it. No, so you're going to bombard them with.
Nah, you still don't need to act like a fanny shouting ball and say you're going to batter nurses. You don't need to do that. I do think that
he's no purple anymore. What's going on?
I do think there needs to be changes in the NHS. I really do, and I think that people need to have the ability to remove access to the NHS. I think I don't think it should be a given thing anymore. I think there should be an option to remove it for a period of time, whether that is a calendar year.
What would you say? Like somebody's ill, they go, "Oh, sorry, I can't take you."
Yes, I think if you are in hospital and you are abusive to staff,
okay, right.
I think you could lose
the privilege,
possibly removed, and I think you should be sanctioned that you are no longer able to access NHS services for a calendar year.
I get your thinking on it, but then that goes into the realms of being inhumane, and it brings up a lot of fucking...
mate. Let them die in the street. Fuck them. Right, listen, it's getting a bit heavy, mate. I want to just change the topic, right? I want to hear these fucking messages.
Oh, I forgot about it. Man. Right. You ready?
Yes, I'm waiting for this. Like a coiled cobra. I'm sat here ready.
Okay.
I'd just like to say, before we play these lovely messages, if you're a listener out there, the show's been going for over 6 years now. Consider supporting the boys. A small donation of, what is it, £4 a month?
£4 a month. £4 a month to become a hashtag hero. £1 a week. Support the boys. 50p a head. You know, I mean, think it that way. 50p each a week. I mean, really.
What'd you get for that? What'd you get for that?
Nothing. There's no reason why every council listener, I'll not say scumbag, listener, shouldn't become a hashtag hero. But here's the thing. Not only do you get to support your 2 favourite podcasters in the great podcast in the land, you yourself get something back because you get access to every episode, plus all the specials that are out there. Stuff, plus, you're going to get access to all the old episodes that are going to be on Patreon very soon. Head to patreon.com, patreon.com/the hashtag show. Go to the hashtag show.co.uk for all the links. Please do consider becoming a hero. Support the boys, help the podcast. We love you all. And we did, well, Mallockly asked for some heroes to give a shout out to the council listeners and a gentle reminder as to why they should subscribe. This one
can I just interject here, Scott?
Sorry. Uh-huh.
So I'm talking to you, the listener. Are you rolling your fucking eyes going, here they go on again, asking for fucking donations? I'm talking to you. Fucking get your ass in action and help this show.
Hey,
don't just fucking fast forward this to the next wee funny bit. We're not your fucking clowns. We're not your, I'll fucking come in your house and I'll fucking tan your windies if you don't give £4 fucking quid a month. You can't fucking hear for a kid of my health. You fucking dirty rat scumbag.
Now, let's continue on with that theme. Now, here, I've tried to do something a wee bit technical. I think I'm going to be able to play the clips through the technology.
So they get it in good sound.
So here we go. Let's hope it's not too loud. Right. This is for Davy Byrne, hashtag hero for a long time.
Yes. Supporter from the
I
start.
believe even a hashtag tattooist as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Yes, I think it is the very same man.
A part of the original Red Stripe crew, Davy Byrne. This is his voice message to the listeners.
Hello, DJ Gibbo. Hello, Cheeky Mal. It's Davy Byrne. I'm just on to give it absolutely tight to all the council scumbags out there listening to the show for free when they can easily give just £1.50 a week for all the fantastic content. You boys have stepped up in the middle of a pandemic, giving us a show a week when you have no income, you have no gigs happening. I bet you every single council scumbag fingers their sister. Get your finger out, get onto the Patreon, become a hero and stop being a council scumbag.
I wasn't expecting that wee nugget. Davy's got a point there. He's got a fucking point.
Whoa. That was I don't know that bit.
You have no income, you have no gigs happening. I bet you every single council scumbag fingers their sister.
Now, if you'd like to prove David wrong, sign up, become a patron.
You know, if you are listening to that, and that message has moved you to become a hero, simply go to the patreon.com/the #show and subscribe, become a hero, and send us a message. I do not finger my sister. That's it, Davey. Thank you for your
valiant message.
Valiant, right? We've got a few.
It doesn't need to be. I mean, he set the bar high. It doesn't need to be as much as £1.50 a week. We're not asking for that. Like you rightly said, it could be as little as £50 a week. And been basically comfortable in the knowledge that you do not, in fact, finger your sister. So
this next message is from Jerry Wetherill. Jerry Wetherill, over to Jerry.
Hi there. This is for all the council scumbag out there. See, if you met Cheeky Mal and DJ Gibbo in the pub, you'd buy them a drink, wouldn't you? Well, see, instead of meeting them in a pub, why don't you subscribe to the podcast every month, and that's you buying them a drink every month. Get it done now, you cheap council scumbags. All the best now. And if I could sneak in a cheeky wee question on the back of that, see if you could suck your own cock, would you? And would you swallow it? All the best now. #hero, Jerry Wetherill.
Jerry, you're a fucking legend. If I could just jump right in there, Scott. I actually covered this wee topic. I'm sure it was one of the live gigs we did. It's just that one vertebrae that's stopping us. And if Scott and I'm sure I'll speak for Scott here, if we could suck our own cocks, you would be, in fact, listening to an empty podcast because we would be busy sucking our own cocks right now. And with I guess I'd get a try first time round.
If I could suck my own cock, there'd be a lot more special content on the Patreon. Let me tell you that.
It'd just be the back of the head. Hey, listen, of course I would. Of course I would.
Of course, any man who says they wouldn't is a liar.
And I tell you what, you would know how to give yourself a good blowjob, because you know how good you give yourself a wank. You know, no bird can come close to that hand relief you give yourself.
There's been one or two, let me tell you.
Well, there's been good watching, good watching. But you know, when it comes to hip technique and grasp, no woman has ever held me like a man has.
But then, in your own logic, then you would be able to give the best blowjob to another man, because you yourself know what you enjoy.
But was that no? I mean, I can't remember, right? Because I guess you would call it a bit or a skit of it, but that was my full point to the question that I raised at one of the lives. Is kind of like, technically, are you gay if you could give yourself a blowjob? Because you know you could date good.
But then
and
you're
as you
coming.
say,
But
you'd be the best blowjob ever known to man. You'd be
I don't know. But you're coming at it from a different angle.
Technically.
So you'd effectively need to go underneath yourself and behind.
Aye, right enough.
So you're facing it.
Because your belly would be right up at the top bit of your mouth. You know, the bit that you fucking...
I mean, if you've got braces and it's getting stuck in behind your teeth, you could be in danger.
Maybe you like that wee bit off that wee ridge of your mouth.
It's it's all about texture. Listen, I'll try and we'll report back.
Get the missus to do a Hodgson and give you a blowjob, because that's technically as close as you would get.
I mean, I was going to say just lie down, but I like the way you're going handstand, blood rushing.
Of course. Get her dressed up like a tennis player. So, to answer your question, Jerry, of course we would.
Yes, Jerry, yes and yes is the answer to that one. And thank you, Jerry.
Hero.
Thank you, Jerry, for your shout out.
Jerry and Davey, heroes.
I've got some more. Do you want some more?
Of course, I would listen to a full show of this.
Let's go to David Brown. David Brown here with
Big D-bomb.
With his voice message for the boys.
All right, boys, how you doing?
Can I just say before we go any further, I love a good sharp intake of breath before I go. Okay, boys, right. So, David, apologise. Back to David.
All right, boys, how you doing? I'd like to take this opportunity to address my mate, who absolutely loves the show, but let's be honest, he's a council scumbag. My message to you, my friend, is, I'm not going to mention your name.
Oh,
you know who you are. This is my message. Maybe if you stop spending all your money in pot noodles and cans of Monster, you'd be able to help the boys out with giving them £4 a month. I don't know if that was too harsh. What do you think, boys?
What was that at the end?
What was that at the end, man?
I missed that bit at the end.
Take a drink.
When they change your fucking name.
Brilliant.
That was fucking great. David Brown.
Maybe at the start of his question he's went,
take that back, take that drawing a fag as well.
Then he's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I think Davey should have mentioned your friend's name in its entirety, middle name a lot.
Of course.
Shame that motherfucker.
Because he's what David is saying is correct. If you had, two pot noodles and 2 cans of Monster less a month, you could be a hashtag hero, you know?
Which
that's what I was going to do.
Would reward you.
Pete, speaking of, David obviously has got a close friendship there. Maybe he's afraid to, call out his friend's name. It could be something physical or sexual, but this hero is not afraid to do that. Glenn McPherson has
Wait a sec, Scott. Just in David's defence, I would say that it's definitely not a sexual relationship, because if it were, after they'd have maybe a lay and I don't know, they bummed each other, they would listen to the show together, laughing. Yes. That's certainly not happening. So he's saying, I don't want any sexual relationship with you. Even though,
oh, right, okay. Until you become a hero.
Until you become a hero, you can have my anus.
Right, okay.
I may be wrong there, David. I don't know.
This one's from Glenn McPherson.
Anthony McPherson's a council scumbag.
Now that's what we're looking for. That is what we're looking for.
Short, straight to the point.
Short, 5 seconds, straight to the point.
Anthony McPherson's a council scumbag. Anthony McPherson's a council scumbag. Anthony McPherson's a council scumbag. Anthony McPherson's a council scumbag.
And once again, just for luck.
Anthony McPherson's a council scumbag.
There you go, Anthony McPherson, you council fucking scumbag.
You have been called out. Change it, you motherfucker.
Called out, man. You're absolutely fucking loving this, aren't you? This is your favourite
content, man.
Right, let's go to Douglas Kane. Douglas, long-time hero, supporter of the show, doing God's work over in God's country, Northern Ireland. Let's see what Douglas has got to say.
So here I am, one of the heroes, waiting on Falls Road to go to my shift in A&E in the Royal. And it made me think, 13th of April. We've all been in lockdown. I've been working like fuck. I've watched people dying. I've just been through a lot of shit like everybody else.
Keep it light, Douglas.
But do you know what? See that £4 that I would maybe have spent on a Guinness and maybe a wee whiskey, or you hipster beardy cunts that don't contribute would buy on your gin. When's gin a man's drink? Grow up. Anyway, that money, you could have become a hero on the best podcast on whatever it is, the internet wireless thing. But no, you are choosing to just go on Just Eat because the wife wants a fucking pizza. And then you're all pleading poverty. I've not been working for ages. I'm furloughed. The NHS queues are long. I'm not waiting down there. Get your hands in your pockets, you miserable cunts. I don't even know why I'm even saying this to you, because CVs don't contribute. Yous are fucking nothing. If I had my way, my questions would be, what year with Mrs. Smith? A headache? Are you a Patreon in the hashtag show? No. They're the door there. This is neither an accident or an emergency. Bye-bye. Right, I'm away. They're my boss. I'm away for a shift. No, like...
He get cut off. He get cut off. He only had 90 seconds. He couldn't keep. That felt like a podcast on its own. That was brilliant. This is what we need to start doing. We need to start recruiting nurses and doctors across the world. And that's the question they ask. You know, in America, they go, do you have insurance? In the UK, it should be, are you a hashtag hero? If they say no, that's the response. This is neither an accident nor an emergency.
Push the gun now, it's still moving. Brilliant.
Oh, great, man. Right, what have we got?
Tell me there's more.
Mate, there's hunters.
Oh, fucking hell. Listen, again, the hero vibe, it's a great wee family of fucking oddballs.
The heroes have taken it to another level the last couple of months, man. It's been great. Right, Jim McMillan. Douglas, thank you for your question, for your comments. And Douglas is right.
A lot of these names I know for the forum, the chat forum. And
listen, see, even if you're sitting there unsure about becoming a hero, it's a beautiful family. And also, if you've got a granny or an elderly relative, you're protecting them. Because if they need to go to the doctors in the next couple of months, all they need to say is, my grandson or my granddaughter's a hashtag hero, and you'll be given the fucking golden treatment. Becoming a hashtag hero is the new Mason's handshake.
100%.
Right?
100%.
That's what it is. Hashtag hero will open doors. Jim McMillan. Let's see what Jim's saying.
Hello, gentlemen. How are we? Do you think we can get some council scumbag t-shirts as well? You know what I mean? So we can single them out in the street and throw shit at them because they're fucking cunts. Maybe a good idea. See what you think. Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye. Love you too, Jim. I mean, at this moment in time, I think we want to welcome scumbags over to become a hero. You know, this is the time.
They're in purgatory. They're living life anew. They're living life. They could go to heaven / Patreon, or they could go to hell, which we could just go, Atlas, you know what? See, from now on, the show's that fucking good. It's going Patreon only.
Yep.
How good a position would that be? And then you're just putting content out to the people who really are supporting it and making it happen.
Well, I mean, that's what we do now with the, every second episode that goes out, it goes to Patreons only. And I suppose that's one the decision to do that was to build content and to offer the heroes something different. But I still like the idea that we there is some kind of offering out there for people to discover the show. I
suppose that's why you're advertising the show and trying to round up the right people to become heroes.
But we want heroes. Right, I've got two more. Okay. This one is from Anonymous. I'm not going to tell you if it's a man or a woman, although they have put their email address, but I'm not going to read out their email address because they have asked to remain anonymous. So anonymous they shall, but a hashtag hero they are.
I would love it to be a woman.
I don't know if I can. I mean, I've not got the technology here to put their voice through that kind of robotic thing, but Anyway, are you ready for the anonymous question?
We are.
Here we go. From Anonymous.
Hello, council scumbags. My name is, well, you don't deserve to know my name because you are a council scumbag. Don't be tight. Sign up to Patreon. Mal, question for you. What one's your favourite child? Be honest.
Is that it?
That's it. It just ends there. There you go.
Fucking right. Hey,
From Anonymous,
guy.
Sign up. And Mal, who's your favourite child? Thank you, Anonymous, for your message.
That's a tough one, my daughter.
Right, one more. This is from Kenny Bridges. This is the last question. I'm so pleased that this has actually worked, playing this through the headphones.
Brilliant.
Here we go. Last question from Kenny Bridges, #hero. Over to Kenny.
All right, boys. Kenny here. I was out taking the dog a walk, picking up the dinner the other day there, and I seen this guy sitting outside the shop. Like you did, a usual council scumbag beggar, know what I mean? Sitting, begging for money, begging for food, begging for anything they can basically get for fuck all. So he asked me if I had any spare change. I says, are you a #hero, mate, or are you a fucking council scumbag? He's like, mate, I'm a council scumbag. I'm a freeloader. I basically just take, and give nothing in return. So I fucking basically salmon dived him. He busted him right in the bridge of the nose and knocked him clean out, and then pissed on him, and then I got the dog to shite on him. Then I went to pick up my dinner, which I might add was a succulent Chinese meal.
Get your hands off my penis. I love it for the fact that all these heroes are just like fucking embracing the show and making it their own, man.
I mean, obviously, we need to say we don't endorse salmon diving homeless people.
I've never heard that in my life, and it's fucking
salmon
dynamite.
Right in that bridge of the nose.
Fucking salmon dived again.
I was just
salmon dive.
I was just about to say the succulent Chinese meal for the last episode was brilliant, but that's on a hero episode. That's the thing. The council listeners, you don't know what you're missing out on. You are missing out on some podcast gold, because that succulent Chinese meal, that was absolutely amazing. Oh, mate, I don't want to go back over those stuff, but see the amount of time I watched that video, man, it was unbelievable.
It's fucking so rewarding, isn't it? You can watch it and watch it, man.
He's like, you're under arrest. For what? You told me I could speak. Are you ready to receive my limp penis?
This one here. Ah, yes.
I see you know your judo. You know your judo well. Look at this headlock.
Get your hands off my penis.
Under arrest for what? Enjoying a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? So good.
This is democracy manifest.
You shall not pass. This is democracy manifest. This is democracy manifest. Look at this. Such a good video, man.
Oh, that's fucking dynamite.
Such a good video. And you can enjoy that episode over on the Patreon. Well, that's it. Thank you to everybody who got in touch. Kenny Bridges, Douglas Kane, David Brown, Jim McMahon, Glenn McPherson, the Anonymous, David Byrne, and Jerry Wetherill. Thank you to all of you who got in touch.
Amazing, man. Amazing. Hey, can I just say as well, just moving on, we got a message here through Patreon from a heroine.
Oh, yes.
And I just want to read it out because I thought it was really fucking great. She's went, hi, guys. I'm a Glasgow girl who's been living in Canada for 4 years, and your podcast has been a lifesaver. So bloody funny. Scottish banter and characters that are so clever. I was quite impressed with that.
I feel
a lot of planning goes into those, you know.
Clever. That was the word that threw me. That's what I thought. This is a fake account.
I was like, she's fucking messaging around podcast.
Mal setting up fake accounts again.
Everything that Malacca leaders is so clever.
I'm like, mate, what are you doing this for?
You actually can believe he's like an uneducated racist.
That's exactly what you are.
No, it's hey, thinking, man. It's that play on.
Sorry, it's a rich racist.
I went method. So it's just it's threw me there. So clever.
Do you know what? You're making me think that I'd love to see like us in like inside the actor's studio, sitting with the cravats on, being interviewed. Or what we what Scott and I actually did was we actually put what would happen if we put our minds inside that of a functioning racist, and that's where the hashtag show came from. But I mean, we're just banner, mate. It's just banner. No.
Yes, I mean it's just a conundrum. You know, there's that fraction out there of the listeners that we realise identify with stupidity and cheap gags and racism, and we thought, wouldn't it be funny? It'd be a clever play on words per se to become that uneducated racist that people can really aspire to become. And
I'm glad you asked that question. Growing up in the apocalyptic sectarian hellhole of Ayrshire, I tried to distance myself through my music, and I thought, what can I do to rebel against the upbringing of my fathers? So I married a Catholic Italian and raised my children. The problem being that, you know, the biggest buyers of my music are drum beating knuckle draggers. So it's a very difficult conundrum for me to be in. You know, thank you for the question. Yes, #show.co.uk. But Jen got in touch to say she loves the show.
I'll read that again. Scottish banter characters are so clever. We are indeed. I'm so homesick, and listening to you two makes a difference. Although I don't think there's anyone in my life back home as mental as you two.
Send us a couple of pictures, Jen.
Anyway, I couldn't cope being a scumbag anymore, so here I am, a hero. Welcome. So glad I found your podcast, Jen. Jen, you're a heroine.
Welcome to the family.
Yeah, Jen. Are you wee Jen from Glasgow?
Yeah, Jen.
I think I'd try ride at you up the back of the school there. I'm talking about 87, 88.
Here, Jen, just so you know, we deliver to North America, so you better buy a t-shirt.
Mate, she's Canada, and that's a cool bit, isn't it?
North America, mate. North America.
Aye,
Canada.
When you go to Canada, man, see like up there, there's some of them like French folk, and they're educated, free education. So like, it's just cold. It's just snowing all the time.
It's like, no, you go to Canada and you're like, where is it you're fading? And the guy's like, Porcelain. You're like, what? And he went, I mean, I came here in the 60s, man. I've got a 9-bedroom house and all that. Wayne speak fluent French, mental, mate. Like cheese curds and gravy. It's pure mad.
So Jen, you might have to change your name to Claudette or some French if you stay here any longer. Jen, it's fucking Jen S.
I love Canada, mate.
Canada's brilliant, man. I've been there a couple of times.
So that was a lovely wee question there.
Yes,
somebody else sent us a question that I was just trying to find it as we were talking, and it was quite a long one. He was calling somebody out and talking about some hero discount he wanted to give other heroes.
What?
Where would it be? It was a really kind of fucking good message.
See, now I'm going to have to go into Patreon because you're not going to be able to find this.
It's known. I don't even think it's in Patreon. I think he's fucking sent it on the website, the Facebook page. Because a couple of times I've kind of looked at it and went, right, I need to fucking remember. There's somebody's there. You know. Andrew Collins has just sent a message in. Kyle Holmes is a council scumbag. So Kyle, if you're listening, Andrew skulls you out. And I think it might be, there you go, there it is. This is it.
You found it.
So we'll have to investigate to make sure that Andrew Collins is in fact a hero. I don't know why he would pretend to be, but he sent us this message through Facebook, no the Patreon. And it, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It says, hi fellas, huge fan of the show. You really have kept us going through this cunt of a year. Anyway, I've got a wee question for the show. So regarding the Matrix talk from a show a couple of weeks ago, given the opportunity, which pill would you take? Blue pill or red pill? In brackets, Mal is obviously going to take the red as not to fuck up the illusion of his idyllic millionaire lifestyle. He said, I would probably just take both and see what happens. Fuck it. So red or blue? Then he went, also, if you could get a wee shout out to the boys at Black Star Glasgow AFC, who now have our date for our football to return trophy time. Oh, wicked boys. And finally, a wee offer I have made before with my guys regarding my tiling business. Right. 15% off all heroes on any tile work. Terms and conditions state that this will be added onto any work for the council scumbags. Keep up the great work, lads, and remember, it's the Matrix. So, Andrew's question is, blue pill or red pill? I can't remember what was what now.
Right, well, if anybody's looking for that, if anybody's looking for some tiling work, you know, keep the trades among the heroes. So get in touch with Andrew Collins. Just search for Andrew Collins or Andrew. If you want to drop us a message, we'll stick a wee post on the Facebook page. And shout out to the boys at Black Star Glasgow AFC. Right, so blue pill means you come out the Matrix. You become Neo. Do you know what I mean? Or red pill as you stay in the universe, you stay in the Matrix.
Oblivious to knowing that it's a Matrix.
Aye. I'm taking the blue pill. I'm coming out.
I'm coming out.
I'm coming out my pod.
Because I'm off for. Well, here's the thing, Scott. And I'm invested in the Matrix.
Mate, I know
created two young children here.
I know, but mate, they're not real.
So I've got a wife and two kids.
They're not real, but they themselves are in the Matrix. It's not real.
But mind the bit in the Matrix where the guy's like that.
I know this is a snake steak, right?
I really want. Do you know what? I knew you were going to fuck. I knew you were going to say that.
Amazing bit of steak.
And do you know what?
Fucking.
I see when you started going, but I'm invested. I've got wins in my head. I'm going. The cunt's going to talk about a steak. Every time I see that bit in that film, I think of you fucker. I know this isn't real, but I just want to taste steak again. Put me back in.
That is the voice of the everyman. That guy is talking for the everyman there.
I'm glad you brought this up. Do you want to tell the heroes and council scumbags that finally you listen to DJ Gibbo and you'd one of the best steaks of your life?
I was going to bring that up at some point anyway. So on a side note to what we're talking about, we'll come back to that. Well, you said you would come out the Matrix, didn't you?
I'm taking the blue pill, definitely.
I reckon I'm invested in the Matrix, as in family. So that's the only thing holding me back.
But you might pull out.
And steak, after the night, your steak are all right.
Mate, you might pull out and you might find them in the fucking Zion as well. You're like, no way, you pull out
I pull out and I've got a fucking crew cut with fucking plugs in the back of my head and a fucking bucket of spunk. Get me fucking right. Mate, I'm happy staying here. Rangers are 55. I'm happy to meet
you. Lord Ali, that wouldn't be the first time you've had a buzz cut and a bath of spunk. Come on now.
Yeah, Neo, you're at the Matrix. Yeah, Rangers man and a Celtic man. Now, think before you answer this because it's going to be trouble either way.
Neo, one question. Who's the greatest dead ball specialist of all time? Is it yours, Alberts, or yours, Alberts? Neo, know how you can stop bullets? Do you think you can stop a free kick for George Alberts? Absolutely not, mate. No chance. Not even Andy Gorham can stop a free kick for George Alberts, mate. And he's the greatest goalkeeper that's ever lived. Smell the glove.
Nemo.
Nemo. Efron Muscat says you're a load of shite.
Nemo, get off that couch, you're hogging that joint, did you? You took that fucking red pill a couple of years ago. Look at Nicky, Nemo.
Right.
I'd be coming straight out of the blue pill and I'd be like, Nemo, how come there's no fat people in Zion? What's this all about, eh? How come I'm the only fat person in Zion, mate? That don't fit in a pod? Do we not fit in pods, Neo? Neo, where's George Alberts? Where is he?
Plug up your ass.
Hey, can you lift him up today, fucking big spunk pods?
We're on
he's in the corner. Fucking cutting him with dreadlocks.
We're on a big communal spunk bath. Like a big hot tub, just floating.
Like a big stew pot.
Pure sea manatees.
Before you know it, right, I've been ripped out of the fucking Matrix. I'm in Zion. I've never had dreadlocks in my fucking life, and they're doing it to my tits, man. What the fuck's going on here?
They're going round the council meeting in Zion. Any questions on the floor? When will the droids be coming through, and how are the defense systems? A new member from the outer world. Question, young man. Hey, mate, where's George Alberts? Because I refuse to believe he isn't in fucking Zion, mate. Where is he?
Yeah. What's the guy's called? Fucking
Methadone. Who's the big black guy who knows everything?
Office. Methadone.
Office. Yeah, Methadone.
The Scottish Matrix. Nemo and Methadone.
Nemo. It's Nemo. That's Nemo money. I'm the one, right? Is there a stadium in this Zion Memo? Methadone. And is there an old firm game at any point in Zion?
Yeah. Lads, I know this is Zion, right? But
What one Scotland end? Morpheus. But how's nobody made a Scottish Scottish Matrix?
Yeah. Methadone.
Do you want the blue pill or all the pills?
Methadone. Am I still pumping Trinity down here? Or what? Is that just the Matrix? Is that my dreams? Or it's because she was... Is she still got the red leather? No, the black leather jumpsuit down here? Or what? Methadone. Big man.
Here, see when I pull the plug out, mate, is it going to hurt? I don't want to feel it.
You still... See, like, in Zion, that... Can I still get pot noodles in that? It's Kangaroo Days deliveries doing this way.
Do you get pot noodles in Zion?
they're all the dreadlocks are flowing, they're all dancing to cool techno. Yeah. What's missing down here is right good music. You get a GBX down here. Because all this techno stuff's no cutting it for me, man.
What it is,
I've just put a fucking half a region.
I only do vinyl sets now. So stick your USBs up your ass. Right, so we're taking the blue pill. Talk to me about this steak.
Aye, right, so the other night there. And again, I don't have steak all the time. I will have it maybe once every 7 to 10 days. I'll have a steak.
Mate, you're having steak at least twice a week.
No. That's what you think. It just kind of ties into every time we do a show.
So at least once a week?
At least once a week. So I done my usual 30-day dry-aged ribeye steaks. And I took on board, it was very much in the back of my mind, you going, you need to fucking blast it. Because I was doing a minute each side on high heat.
Hot. Nah, ripping.
Yeah. I had it at 9, so mine's maximum goes up to 9. The fucking skillet was smoking.
That's what you want. Wee bit of
salt
oil.
And pepper.
Yep.
But what I do is I rub the oil into the steak so it holds the salt and pepper. I don't put it into the pan because at that high heat, it can smoke really fast. So there's a wee tip back at you there.
What you need to do is you need to use rapeseed oil is good. It's a high smoking oil.
Sorry, what?
Rapeseed oil.
Well, what I do, right?
Or is it canola oil?
I peel back my fucking foreskin and I just slap the wee purple-headed tiger.
Here we go. Is that how you check the temperature of the pan? Oh yeah! Oh yeah! The wee timorous mouse. If it goes back in his house dead quick, oh, it's a hot pan.
Imagine
if that's how you fucking tested the heat of a frying pan. You put your bell in it. You just have I can't feel it in my fingers and I can't feel it in my bobby.
I'm not getting a Michelin star if I don't put my fucking purple sartoricus in that fucking hot skillet. Yes, this is how we do it in Paris. You want me to put my tiger right at the end of that skillet?
Are you telling me that he puts his bell in? Honestly, he's got a cock like a drunk's nose, man. It's all purple and leathery. His bobby looks like an old alky schnauzer.
My fucking purple cobra's that fucking tough now. This fucking the foreskin down the like he did him. Right, no, so
right. Ripping hot pan.
Heavy roasting hot. And I done 2 minutes each side.
Yep.
On a high heat. Never touched it. Then I took it out to rest.
Can I ask you something?
What?
See, when you turned it the first time, I bet just joy filled you when you saw how
it was a wee bit. It was a wee bit charred, but I knew it wasn't like burnt black, which was my fear.
It's all goodness in it.
Flipped it. Then I sat it, and you were saying 14 minutes rest. That's far too long, man.
Oh, at least 10 minutes.
Wait, so basically what I done was, so that's sitting, that's basically been done. And then the other 2 steaks went in the pan, and I done them 2 minutes each side. So it's basically rested 5 minutes odd. The 2 that we had rested, we cut them up and we ate them while the other ones were resting.
These are pigs,
and honestly, and I go, and again, I'm not a wine snob, but in fucking Gary Liddell, you get bottles of fucking Barolo, which is one of my favourite wines. It's £11. It's not the best red wine, but it's a nice red wine. And as soon as I start drinking red wine, man, it just fucking... Oh, I'm an emotional drunk on the red wine.
You're like fucking Caligula. Your house is like ancient Rome, man.
I start fisting fucking Roman soldiers.
let me tell you, there's no Roman soldiers in my house.
I'm glad you listened to me and finally enjoyed a good steak.
No, I definitely took it up a notch. And that's going to be the way now I'm cooking my steaks.
I'm telling you about, leave it for 10 minutes because it all retains the heat. Mate, I'm telling you, it keeps cooking when you bring out the pan and then the heat comes back in again. It'll be a beautiful temperature.
I forgot to say, on the second two of the steaks that I done, what I did was got a bit of rosemary, a twig of rosemary and butter, and I
lovely. Basted
it in the butter. Oh, and I do enjoy a buttered steak better. And then there you go. The ones that had rested, I was paranoid about when they've been called. So I gave them and the butter residue that was in the skillet, just a either side on the plate. Mate, my mouth's watering now thinking about it. I fucking love steak.
We need to do like a steak tour.
Or, you know what we could even do one episode? We could fucking do it as actually barbecue some steak and do a full live stream of just us cooking steak.
Once this is all done and we're back to normal, we need to get the food reviews going up again. I want to start doing some food reviews and filming
steak
them.
Restaurants and stuff.
What?
Steak restaurants or what?
At all restaurants, just us just picking a place once a month and going there and doing a review on it.
You don't think it'd be quite hard but to film ourselves in a restaurant?
Well, I'm working on getting some people involved. We need to bring on a few.
I know, but even just for us sitting in a restaurant, a public restaurant, with people running about us, and they're going, "What are you cunts all?" They've got that.
No, because
that's Scott Gibson. That's my local leader.
No, because we would probably do it during the day when it's quiet as well.
Okay, right. Aye,
I mean, we're not going to be doing it at night. Aye. You mean corporate dinner?
I've got a ritual. Now, I know you're not as big a boozer as me, right? But see, when I'm cooking steak, I'm doing 2 or 3 beers while it's cooking, and something to do with the smells of the cooked meat and the popping of the beers. Same with barbecuing, it just works well with me, and I'm building myself up for sitting down, looking forward to the steak, and it's as if I've not had a drink once I've sat down at the table, because then I'm on to the red wine.
What are you having with the steak? What are the accoutrements that go with the meal?
Okay, well, just the other days, she made spinach and garlic, which I don't think goes with steak.
Oh, that's nice though.
It's nice, but it just doesn't sit well with steak. I'd rather have like a mushroom or something. And we had saute potatoes. Is that like, I call them patatas bravas, even though it's no them, but it's like fried potatoes, and I fucking love them, man.
Mate, I'm getting hungry now. This is bad.
Oh, mate.
We always do this.
Because it's coming up to lunchtime here and all.
I know. Once lockdown's over, but we need to get some reviews in.
I want
to pitch an idea to you now as well, and then Heroes and Council can get in touch if you think it's a good idea.
Yes.
See, next year, once lockdown's completely done, I would like us to do some hashtag reviews again, where we go out for a meal and we review the restaurant or the cafe or whatever it is. But like a good, make it a good wee half-hour episode for YouTube or for Patreon. But I would like us to do hashtag 24 hours.
What's that?
So maybe every couple of months we would get on EasyJet or Ryanair, find a cheap flight, and we go somewhere for 24 hours and do a hashtag review the place for 24 hours. So like Krakow, Amsterdam, or just fuck off somewhere.
That would be fucking brilliant. It would be carnage, but it would be brilliant. Just like an idiot abroad, but it's like fucking
hashtag, boys.
24 hours. We get 24 hours in a place and we just film it and go mad and see what there is.
That'd be good. That would be really good. That'd be, already my fucking... I'm starting to think how...
It would be brilliant.
Because then you've got hashtag reviews, you've got us experiences, different
all we need
fucking
is
hospitalities. And
don't know where we're going, right? Even on the plane, we can be reviewing places to go. Like because every city's got, top 10 tourist destinations. So
you would even something where you just rock up to an airport and you're booking the first fucking flight to go wherever.
Can you do that in an airport though? Or is that just in the movies?
No,
I don't know.
You can't do that anymore. But you possibly could, but you'd spend through the nose on the tickets, where you're better off buying like an easy to make it more. Mate, we can't even afford to buy fucking hashtag mugs. It's not as if we're going up to fucking buy flights.
No, that's what I mean. That's why I'm saying.
£300 to fly to fucking London.
That's why you go on EasyJet, you find the cheapest flight, you don't pay for a bag, so we're turning up with a backpack and we're going somewhere for 24 hours. There's no hotel. It's 24 hours.
No, wait, you need to sleep somewhere, man.
Come on, you shite bag.
We'd end up fucking sleeping in a bus stop.
We get a hotel, but it's a cheap hotel.
Now, I know you've been here, but straight away I'm thinking Amsterdam and
mushrooms. Of course, mate, of course. Absolutely. That's the first place. Of course. That's the first place I thought, because I thought that would be a good one to start with, because I know the city a little bit. So in my head, I'm going, we arrive, we get the train, we talk about the train, we're filming a bit, we go there, we get breakfast, lunch and dinner in the city, we're doing some touristy things, and then at night we find somewhere, we get a baby, we play some darts, and then the next day we cut it all together. It's a nice 40-odd minute episode that we can put out.
To extend on that, you could say this is where the mission is, this is where the 24 thing is, and however many fucking hashtag heroes can come along, book up themselves, and maybe that night we're going to meet at that pub and we're going to overtake that fucking boozer.
Imagine.
We just need to be straight enough to be able to work a laptop to record the audio. Or do we bring a GIMP? Do we bring a GIMP to fucking do that for us?
We need to. Listen, we've got a year to sort this out, but we'll because I want to try and find. I want. This is what I want to start doing. I want us to start doing content like that as well as a podcast. So we need to find somebody who's going to be part of the crew that can film stuff. That's what we need to find.
And be reliable, no end up fucking upside down with it. That's your job.
Listen, if you can still work a camera when you're mad with it, that's fine.
Here is the thing, right?
I would just love it.
Technically, this is what you would need.
Right.
Ultimately, we could record on our phones the videos, but you really want a third person there capturing it in its entirety, right? So, and we could cut in our video, like we fucking ones ourselves, right? Like me filming you in the background, all that kind of stuff. So we would need a camera guy.
Or woman.
And then we would need either a field recorder with the 2 mics or a laptop with 2 mics. Probably a field recorder that you can plug the 2 mics into would probably just be handier. But then I think that would need to be somebody else's job.
What are you thinking this for doing a podcast?
For recording the content, and it becomes a podcast, it becomes a video.
But I mean, like during the day when we're kicking about, we would just have the microphones on the cameras.
Right. No, I think it would need to be a wee bit more pro than that. You can get the good wee.
Listen, that's stuff we can sort that out. Don't worry about that. We can sort that out.
I think that's a fucking great idea.
I think about it, because in my head, Amsterdam's the first one. Even things like Dublin, London, stuff you can do in the UK.
What about this, right? I know we'll probably fucking fail it, but we could maybe even do, let's see that beard meets meat or whatever it is. We could go and do some mad food challenge somewhere.
Of course we could.
You know, you could do just, and you advertise like we're going to, I don't know, fucking Newcastle even, and some cunt goes, go and try the big breakfast challenge or the chippies challenge here. Or end of the night after you're steaming, go for a fucking pie and chips at this place. Yep. You know, it's got to be booze and eating. There you go. And we will do that and just talk shite all the way through.
Right. And in my head, obviously, every time we go somewhere, because I'm thinking of Amsterdam, we go to Amsterdam, we're in a pub, you know, we turn around to order a drink and Mr. Ross is behind the pub, working the bar, and then we go somewhere else and Mr. Ross just bought stuff like that. But stripped down, I think 2022, we need to start doing that. We need to start going places. Amazing. Hashtag show 24 hours in, and we spend a day in a place.
I mean, it could even be like, we could go up to Wick. You could go down to fucking Landsett.
It doesn't. I just mean pick a place. You know, the video would be the travel there, the banter. We get there, we try and find things to do.
That sounds fucking incredible.
I think we should start doing that.
I don't know. I think as well, because we've been locked up so much, that it's more appealing now to me. Whereas if you'd have said this to me a year ago, I'd go, I can't be fucked, Scott.
I know.
No,
I had to break you.
I'm like a fucking...
I had to break you.
No, I'm like a fucking...
my level.
I'm like a cloud cobra, mate. That's lockdown, man.
How good would it be for us just to jump on a plane and £20 EasyJet flight to the fucking middle of Poland, Amsterdam, and have 24 hours going crazy in Berlin?
Although we noised each other up on Ibiza chat, me, you and Mr. Ross going out to Ibiza for a fucking...
I mean, that would be
a weekender.
Aye, but that would be that's a couple episodes in once we understand the format and we know how to make it.
Aye, man.
I mean, the Amsterdam would be a good one if we could tie it in with, because actually, I don't want to say too much, then people get excited. I've got a contact at a comedy club, so we could go over, do a day's filming. I could do a gig at night, and then on the Sunday we could do a hashtag live for Amsterdam.
Wait, so you're the cunt's going to making a fucking wage and you just do it on a fucking holiday?
I like your thinking there. What about we both get a fucking gig and fucking get some
we're
money
doing
in?
a hashtag show.
All right, so you've got 2 gigs. So you
can
back
you
with
can
a
do
bigger pocket
support.
than
You
me.
you can do support work. You can do 10 minutes.
DJing.
Now then.
Imagine my comedy
live in
stand-up
Amsterdam.
set.
And then I was like to the guy, fuck you dirty cunt. And I pumped him up the arse, and then he was like, Rangers are Celtic.
Thanks, good night.
Imagine a hashtag live Sunday afternoon in Amsterdam.
Oh,
There'd be
mate,
death.
that's the thing. Dreams
There'd be
are made
death.
of.
One day. But I do think we should start doing some travel stuff and definitely the food reviews. The food reviews will definitely happen, but I think we should start doing hashtag 24 hours. And like you said, Wick, never been to Wick. We could go some random place in England we've never been. Be coastal town. You know, anywhere.
I like, you know, we could try some of these food challenges. See, like fucking between the two is, you know, just like, although I reckon I'd fail miserably, I'd get a good crack.
Oh, I'd fail as well, man. But again, good content. Good content.
So it's barfing all over the place.
Oh, thanks, mate. Some challenge you got here. Much do you? What? Mate, no, I thought it was free because I gave the challenge. I'll get folk to like your restaurant Facebook page. You get it for fuck all. What?
So there you go. Lots of content hopefully coming up.
That's dynamite. That's dynamite.
In between now and then, hashtag episodes every single week. If you want to become a patron, if you want to become a hero, please do help support the show. Help support the show and help make these things a reality. Because let's be honest, when we're back to work, when we're both working again, and life is back to normal, hopefully we can use the support that we get from the heroes to make things like this a reality. So if you enjoy the show, please do become a hashtag hero.
I mean, even in thinking it, right, we keep going back to the Amsterdam thing or Ibiza or something like that, but we go like that. We're going to Amsterdam for a day, and we just put it out there to the heroes what day it is, right? So it could be a squad of fucking 40s flying out to Amsterdam.
Can I also say this? Flights to Amsterdam from Edinburgh Airport are every single day.
Oh, Jesus crikey.
They're only twice a week for Glasgow, but for Edinburgh, it's every single day.
So you could go like that, right? We are flying on Thursday. No, I don't even think you spit it out. I don't even think you go at the weekend. I think you go like fucking
you go midweek.
The midweeker. Just so you
because it's even Mary a mindfuck. Because you're there on a Tuesday, like, what is happening, man? I'm at my nut and mushrooms on Tuesday.
Scott, it's only Wednesday and I need to get back to face the wife in Wales.
I need to do a food.
Imagine, no, but even like, for instance, and you say, we need to do a bit of groundwork, but whatever fucking club, titty bang bang or something we go to, we will be there at 7 o'clock at night. Mate, everybody's invited.
We're highbrow travellers, mate. We'll be at the Van Gogh Museum underneath the self-portrait.
The Anne Frank fucking museum.
Aye, on blues.
Tripping, just to see what she went through.
You know what I mean?
But aye, no, that's great. And hey, listen, right, they're jumping out. I want to just give a wee shout out to all the heroes who've recently joined. I've got this wee list I'm in today as well.
Oh.
So, Chris Shaw, Jen S., Paul Allison, Grant Andrews, Charlie Venables, Jamie Kirk, Jodie Thompson, Paul Allison, Wally Sancho McClure. Big up, and big up to all the heroes and all the ones that I forgot to shout out. But they've just joined this month.
Do you want one last message before we end the show?
Of course we do.
Because Kenny Bridges has just sent a message 10 minutes ago, so he's lucky, sneaked in while I've got it open. So let's finish on this. Let's see what it is. I've no idea what the question is. It could be anything. It could be a rant. So let's finish off with Kenny Bridges. Let me just turn that back on so we can hear the damn thing. Let's see what Kenny is saying.
All right, boys. Ken here. 90 seconds isn't going enough. Right, looking for a bit of advice. In terms of getting your name out there as a DJ, Mal, also looking for Scott's advice would be great as well. I've been doing it for about 20 years. since I got my first set of decks out of Tandy. That just shows you how long ago it was. Used to send tapes away in the 90s to clubs and stuff, never ever got anything back. I'm no daft, I know that it's no, if you're any good, it's who you know and all that kind of thing. Any pointers, Mal, to sort of try and push your name out there? I know the market's saturated and stuff like that, but even to get a couple of gigs, I'm not looking to be a superstar DJ.
Play the lodges.
Obviously, the genre of music that I play, I try to sort of push the sort of upfront hardcore, know the sort of mad gabba stuff. I found recently that I've been venturing more into techno and trance, which I'm really enjoying. Maybe it's just my age and stuff.
This is getting very serious. I thought this was going to be banter.
Sort of mellow a wee bit. How did Mal used the ultrasonic? You guys probably got in at the start at the right time. Yourself, Scott Brown, all these DJs and bands back then. It's just obviously nowadays it's fucking absolutely saturated everywhere you look. You go into Facebook, there's people in their kitchen doing DJ mixes. I converted my attic about 2 years ago to a makeshift studio to try and sort of make it look a wee bit more professional. But every time I seem to go into Facebook now, I've got like 10 people watching me. Any pointers, any advice you can give, Mal? Superb.
Thanks, Kenny.
Thanks, Kenny. And you know what? I respect Kenny's honesty and just coming out and laying it out there. The frustrations are that he's going through, and even like fucking even saying something like I'll get 10 folk watching and that. I've actually seen Kenny's live streams and I've seen him doing his sets. So and I can I don't know what the word is when you sympathise with the situation he's in, because even though Kenny may view me as an established DJ, there's still loads of things that I would love to do, and I'd love to get big figures, and I'd love to play the big venues, and so everybody's still, and I'm sure you agree on it, you're always, even if somebody views you as made it or established, you know yourself in your mind you're nowhere near as established or comfortable as what maybe folk perceive. Is that right? Would you say that, agree, Scott?
The only thing I would say to Kenny is, like, I understand exactly what you're saying. Like, I am terrible at self-promotion and social media. I'm terrible. Like, I don't have a lot of followers I've hardly any followers on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I don't have a lot of followers. And I know that I'm never going to be the type of comedian that will get viral hits, because even the other day, the missus was showing me some videos of a guy, and she went like, "Do you think this is really funny?" And I didn't at all. I don't know who it is. An English boy, don't know. But as I'm watching it, I'm going, this is what people want, and this is how you become like online or social media. This is how you become famous on social media, because you do these things that are 10 seconds, 15 seconds, funny wee clips. And that's no me. That's no the type of comic I am or the type of stuff I produce. I am long form, 1 hour, hour and a half, 2 hour plus long shows. So the only thing I would say to Kenny to keep in mind is, don't base success on the either number of people who are watching you or the number of people who interact with you. Base success on your talent. I know that I'm never going to be, a TV comic. I'm never going to be superstar famous, but I know in my heart, I'm one of the best comedians in Scotland. And I can say that without feeling guilty about it anymore or no believing it. I fully believe I am one of the best comedians in this country. And I know that from when I do my shows, the reaction that I receive. Would I like to play to more people? 100%. Is it ever going to happen? I don't know. In my heart, I don't think it will. But that doesn't deter from the fact that I know I am a very good comedian. So maybe when it comes to things like art, which music is, or comedy or whatever, don't compare yourself to people who have a lot of followers. For example, I saw somebody and I saw their name had DJ at the end of it, and I went, I've never heard of this person in my life, and they had over 500,000 followers, and I thought, what the fuck, a Scottish DJ? And then when I clicked on the video, this person is in a kitchen in a bikini top with a massive pair of tits out, and I went, that's how you're a DJ. So don't
like, subscribe.
No,
Smash a bell.
But what I'm trying to say is don't compare yourself to certain people who you think are being successful, because like Mal's saying, the way I always try and tell myself is some people who I see that get success where it's not deserved, or get success where there's a lack of talent, please believe that when they get to the end of their career, they will feel completely empty because they know they got there with no talent. And that is a horrible thing. Yes, we all wish we had more money. We all wish we were doing the big gigs. But just concentrate on the music, Ken, and that's it. I've watched your live stream as well, mate. I've enjoyed it. I played one of the live streams the other day when I was fighting the wife. It's good background music for domestic violence. Play the stuff. Just enjoy playing the music. And, things will happen.
Here's the thing, I know, totally what you're saying, just to fucking build on that. The fact that you and I are aware that Kenny does live streams.
Is that a line for your song? You and
what?
I?
The fact that you and I? That's you and me.
That's
but the fact that you and I, Scott, are aware that Kenny does live streams shows that people are aware. Maybe not watching the full thing, but people are aware that he's DJing and he does live streams.
Also, let me just jump in and say this. I obviously do the quiz every Wednesday on my Facebook page, right? And I wish my numbers for that were far higher. But I know that I have got 2 people who watch the quiz on a Thursday because they can't play along on Wednesday. So when you put things like that, it will always be there. You don't know who's going to see it.
Yeah.
And you need to think, don't think short term, think long term. That was always one of the problems with this podcast. You need to think long term with these things. It's about building content. It's about building a body of work. And if you put something out on a live stream, or you put a comedy album out, or whatever you do, and 10 people view it, that you just need to detach yourself from that and say, why am I doing these things? Am I doing it because I have a love for this art or this music, or am I doing this because I want people to see it? And if you're doing it because you want people to see it, it's never going to grow. If you're doing it because you genuinely love it, over time it will grow. And as long as you are doing it for your love of something, then that's as fulfilling it can be.
That's a good point. I mean, also as well, what you said, I mean, people who are doing like the wee Instagram hits and they seem to be Instagram famous, that's because they're working Instagram. They know how to build up their likes, they know how to build up their shares, but they also only know how to do an Instagram video. Put them in a live scenario like what you do, Scott, they'll fall on their ass because they've no got an hour, 2 hours material. They've got 15 seconds or 30 wee 2-minute clips that can't be structured into a live performance. When it comes to the actual talent of performing live, they can't do that.
I know when sometimes when people show me these videos and they go, how do you do that?
How you know get as many likes as that? How do you know?
I can't do that.
But then it's a different type of entertainment.
But what I mean is people are not seeing that. And then they'll say things you like, so they'll show me, people have shown me clips or sent me clips, go, you should be doing things like this, big man. And I'll just go, well, I can't do that because it's just no my style. I don't, my mind doesn't think that way. But mate, he's getting, 10,000 likes and and I'm going, would you go and see them for an hour and a half? No, exactly. It's a completely different thing. And this is the problem that social media has done for people. It has completely detached anyone's idea of looking at the art or appreciating it. Things like people will be sent something, or I know people who have gone to meetings in the past with production companies to try and pitch ideas, and they have turned them away because they don't have 500,000 followers on Instagram. And you're going, no one is willing to look at talent anymore. People are so interested. So until there is a shift in that, you can't impact on it. So you just need to focus on what you want to do. And like I said, Kenny, you built the studio because you love music. You obviously got your setup together because you love music. Play your music, mate, and you don't know what's going to happen in the future. Do you know what I mean? You don't know. Well,
first and foremost, you do it for yourself, and if anybody else likes it, that's a brilliant bonus. If you're just doing it to get other people to like it, that's maybe not the right way to do it. And like Scott says, if you love it, you do it because it's you loving it. What you're doing, the happy hardcore or new hardcore, whatever it is that you're doing, is a very niche market as well. So you need to be aware of that. Not everybody likes that, but that's in all kind of musical styles. You could go, right, what's the one all the Wayne's like? That's what I'll play. But then your heart's knowing that. So I stick to what you know, even if it isn't the most popular, your passion will come through in your music and your mixing. Even me, let's just take Facebook or whatever. I've got something like 20,000 likes, which you might think, fucking hell, that's amazing. I've only got 100 or 10. I know that's not a lot, but I also have friends in the music industry who's been in it, not even as long as I have, or maybe longer. And I know for a fact that they've bought 100,000 likes from like farms and stuff. And when I've been promoting my music and my albums, and you're getting it to, I've a couple of times I've worked with promotional companies, and they've went, which is exactly what you said, Scott. We can't run this piece because you've not got as many likes on your internet and social pages. Yep. You really need to be up at a couple of 100,000 for us to consider it. Now, I could have quite easily went and bought them, like so many other of my colleagues have, but I refuse to do that because I know every like on my page is a genuine like. No, I bought a purchase like for Indonesia or fucking wherever. So it's basically what you perceive as success, innit? Again, with the music, the DJing, I kind of was fortunate to be in it at the possibly run about the start or the beginnings of it and rode the crest of the wave. And it was just through my love of being able to do it that I've kept doing it. So there's a certain amount of luck involved. To grow and do what you're doing, maybe after lockdown, take out a wee pub, take out a wee function venue, invite all your mates, start your own wee nights, start maybe looking at making the music. It's very hard. It's going to take a lot of hard work and a lot of time. But if you love it, that doesn't even come into it. It's just what you want to do. It's just where your passion lies.
Yeah.
You know, there isn't a fucking easy answer.
No, you've just got to be happy by. You've got to try and get to the point where it's creating your art that makes you happy and makes you fulfilled, regardless of what that level is. And that's where I am with the comedy. I would love to be doing bigger crowds, but I obviously know the last year and a half, but I have said before, if I can survive by being a comic, I have won at life.
You've made it. You've made it.
As long as I don't need to go back in a call center again, that's it. Now, would I like to be touring the world? Yes, I'd love to do America. It's not going to happen. I'd like to do some festivals.
Well, how do you know it's not going to happen? It's maybe going to happen later down the line, mate.
You're right. I'm contradicting myself. You're right. You don't know.
That's
but
you.
Right now,
that's you now looking at the instead of the long term.
But right now, it's just it's a hard one because it's so difficult not to. I tell you one thing, right, and I'll just say this now. Like I have tried to make a very conscious change over the last probably maybe 6 months because my mental health again hit the bottom during lockdown, right, when I was in a really bad place, and it's because I never realised how important gigging was to me, being able to do my shows, because it's therapy. Like I there are things that I will talk about in my show, that this new show coming up, that I haven't been able to speak to anybody else about, and I know that I do it on stage, but so I don't follow anybody on Twitter anymore. I'm not saying you need to go to this extreme, but I went through Twitter and I took everybody off who either continually post negative things on my page or brings kind of negativity in. And then I thought, why am I doing this? I don't even use social media anymore. I just took everything off. I stripped everything right the way back down so that I didn't have any negative stuff, because a lot of people will have things in their social media, people they don't like, or they'll share things they don't like. I just took it all away. And the other thing I did was turn all my notifications off on my phone. So whenever anybody's on Facebook or Instagram, I don't see it. And then maybe I usually check it in the morning and I'll sit and check it at night when the missus finish work, and then I'll reply to it and I need to reply to it. And that has been a huge change. Seeing this constantly sitting on your phone every 2 minutes and looking at social media, because it's damaging, man. And when it comes to things like, sharing live streams or doing quiz, you are going to naturally compare yourself to other people, and you do that because that's what the whole social media thing wants you to do. Wants you to, put yourself against other people. But believe me when I say this to Kenny or to anybody else who's listening, if you create something and you are looking at somebody else going, why have they got 10,000 followers? Why have they got 500,000 followers and I've only got fucking 200? Believe me, those people are looking back in going, I wish they had their talent. Trust me, that is the truth. I know for a fact that the amount of shit that I've got in fucking comedy and from other comics, I know for a fact when push comes to shove, when they're sitting alone at night, they know they wish they had fucking half the talent I've got when it comes to creating shows and building shows. So don't compare yourself to other people. Do your own thing, man, and just keep pushing. And Kenny, you don't know what's around the corner. And the fact that you're still doing the live streams, mate, is a big thing. So you just need to keep pushing on it.
Well, I mean, for getting out your tapes way back in the day, and maybe no being happy that you've no actually done gigs back in the day, to actually doing live streams and out shows that you're passionate about the music and what you do.
It's because Kenny was sending out tapes, and his DJ name was Kenny Bridges RFC, Chucky our lad, 9 in a row. That was his DJ name. Like, I can't put that on a poster. It's too big.
I get it doing the lodge.
But I mean, but the love's there, you know, for what you're doing, and I think that's your success. You know, the fact that you've still kept doing it through all the knocks, because no everybody's going to make it and to what they perceive being making it is. Look at this podcast that you're listening to now. Now you might think we've made it as a podcast, whereas Scott and I know
we have not.
Whereas we're 6 years in at doing this podcast and knowing that we're basically doing it for the love of the podcast.
Do you know, here's the weird thing about the podcast,
but we're enjoying what we're doing.
Aye.
And that's what's kept us doing it.
We're 6 years in, but I really only feel as if we've been doing it for a year.
Because we're not counting. I've counted the years spent 6 years.
I know, but do you know what I mean?
It's not like we're sitting going, fucking hell, 6 years in.
But
you're right
because
in what you say.
It's only been the last year that we've actually been every week. Whereas before it was so erratic before. Whereas now it feels like it's. And here's my thing about what I'm trying to say, Kenny.
We're just starting.
I used to think, see, like maybe at the end of last year, I sat for a good maybe half an hour one day when I was going through Patreon, I was updating the website and I was taking stuff off, and I was like, can you imagine how good this show would be if we had been doing this 4 or 5 years ago? And I'm going, do you know what? There's no point in looking back because I can't change anything in the past. This is where the show is now. We've got it in a good format. We know what it is. It's working with the two of us, and we're building it. And that's how I'm saying, like, the fact that we've been doing it as regular as we had has shown what the show has built. And it's hard sometimes to do because we don't realise, because the show means a lot to different people, you know, and it has been every week. There's been a good wee thing. And the way I try and think about it is I listen to a podcast once a week. It comes out every Monday. And that's my wee Monday thing. I do it on a Monday. I sit and do my admin. I listen to that podcast. And I'm going, there are people who will do that with the hashtag show, you know? And as long as you're a hero, we fucking love you. Become a hero. Support the show, man. Support the show. Why go to Amsterdam and get mad bit and film it?
And Kenny, the fact that you're a hero is why we're answering your question. Had you been a council scumbag, people like that?
Tough, mate. Just keep fucking doing what you're doing.
I know. And also, I can't believe this has been a nearly 2.5 hour episode, man. This has got to be a short one. And now look, it's...
All right. But to wrap up, just in what... Because as soon as Kenny started talking, I admired his honesty and what he's been trying to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I think, speaks fucking volumes, because that's what you don't get in this industry, is honesty.
Yep.
You know, and you're loving what you're doing, mate. Fucking keep doing it. Who gives a fuck who's listening, who's no listening? See the fact that you go, that was a peachy fucking mix.
Aye.
That
Kenny,
track went with that track.
I
smashed it tonight. That's the rewards.
If you want to play Toka's Miracle mixed in with a sash, you play whatever you want, right?
David, keep doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? It's a fucking hard game. It is a hard game. When folks started writing music and folks started doing whatever they're doing, they never did it to go, no, hold on. If you're doing it to try and be famous or try to make money, that's the wrong reasons.
You've got to have goals, right? And I'll be honest, and I'll share with you now, because I feel that we're opening up a wee bit. My next target is 5,000 tickets. That's my goal. I want to get to the point.
That's your next achievement, sort of.
That's my next
a big show.
So my first achievement was doing an hour, getting myself up to the point where I could do 1 hour. I could do a solo show, a special, right? And then the next target was, can I do it again? And I knew if I did it again and I could write a full new hour show, then in my heart, I could say, I am a comedian, because it's not a one-off. It's not a fluke. I've been able to do it. And I've done that now. This will be my 5th show. And my next step is 5,000 tickets. I want to get a tour together over a year and sell 5,000 tickets over the year. Now, that will only happen next year.
No one show for 5,000.
No,
just
no.
5,000
over a year.
In a collection of shows, right.
In a year.
But you'll do, no bother.
I won't, mate. But there's nothing wrong with that. It'll take a few years and I'll build it, right? So I'll maybe do 100 tickets a show, and I might do maybe 20 shows a year, right? So maybe 2,000 tickets next year. But that's my target, 5,000 tickets, and just keep building towards that. Now, that's no crazy, but it's still a way off, and that's what I'm getting. If I can get to that point, I would be overjoyed and I would be happy there. And
no, you wouldn't. But then, Scott, your next target would be 7,000, 10,000, because that's how you work. As in, no matter there's never a point where you go, I've made it. You're always working to better yourself, to take your art.
I think you're wrong, mate. I think it depends on what you're wanting to achieve.
No, you just tell me you want to achieve 5,000.
Aye.
So what's wrong with staying where you are now?
Because that was never my goal for the start. My goal was always that for the start.
Oh, right, from the very start, you went
from the
5,
very beginning.
Or I bet you when you reach 5,000, which I'm sure you will, your target will be. Let's aim for 10, because I don't think you can sit back and go.
But I know.
That'll do me.
I know myself that after being exposed quite early on to the inner workings of this fucking industry, I know if I can get to that point, I can be very comfortable in my normal life and in my working life, because I am not at that level. I can still operate myself very well. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going, because I don't want it to ever be with an agent again. I don't want it. No, again, I know you're saying never say never, but I'm not interested in it. I'm not interested in people being involved in my work, in the sense of telling me what I can and cannot say, telling me what I can and cannot talk about, telling me different shows. No interest. Whereas I want to get to that point where I can just do the things I want to do, play the venues I want to play, and be comfortable. And that, believe me, that target is still a few years off. But you never know, I might get there. That's what I'm working towards. Anyway.
I think you will get there. I think. I mean, Kenny, to get back to, I done Ultrasonic, which was viewed to be successful. I got ripped off by the record label, severely ripped off. Then look at Public Domain, what I done. I get ripped off even more so with the record label there. So I could have quite easily been really bitter and just hated the fucking game and walked away. But I just went, no, because that's not what I'm in it for. I'm in it because that's what I want to do, I enjoy doing. I've got my wee digital label now, but I feel now I'm more, maybe where you're talking about, Scott, is like I've got to the point where I'm happy with where I don't need to rely on managers, record labels. I'm doing it myself. So everybody who buys a t-shirt or a fucking album, I appreciate it much more because I'm receiving that money and no cunts giving me fucking £1 at it as my reward for making them money. Mm-hmm. So you don't really need to rely on the big numbers. But then there is a conundrum there and all. We need to wrap up this show, but there's a conundrum there and all because you want to reach as many people as you can. And to do that, you need to, whether you believe it or not, you need to embrace social media, management companies, promotional companies to take you to the next level, to get a wider audience. So it's a fucking catch-22 in itself. But then again, no manager would take you on unless you reach a certain threshold, and then it's a fucking horrible business. Stick to doing it for what you love and enjoy your sets that you do, and things will continue.
They will. I can't believe this. I was honestly going to say at the start, let's keep this to an hour.
No, I thought that, no.
2.5 hours. Right. I need to get a dugout. This has been episode 122, an absolute bumper for the council. Enjoy it, and thank you for listening. Become a hero, support the show, patreon.com/the hashtag show, patreon.com/the hashtag show. £4 a month gets you access to every single episode, including all of the hashtag specials. Sign up now, support the show, be a hero.
All the best now.
Ta-ta. Ta-ta, farewell.
Yes.
Yes. Ta-ta, farewell.
I see you know your judo well.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Thank you. Good night. Okay. Great. Good night.
The HashTag show.co.uk